I put my thumb there once, and she was like, "You do that, and I will break it off." And I was like, "That's my hand," and she was like,
There we go.
"Bro, did I just join a fucking small esports team, and now they're asking me for money?"
Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty sick, bro.
What a scam. Alright, let's see. I can't just click and drag.
Yes, not.
So...
That's hot.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Ooh, that's hot. Okay. Lovely. Let me not. A little bit quieter. Okay, guys. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Luna. Hello.
Hello.
Shaggy. Hello, chat.
Hello, everyone.
Everyone in the chat, hello. Can we get some sevens just to let me know you're here? Let me know you're alive and still breathing. Thank you, Annie, for complimenting how I look. I put this tiny jacket on to seem like I'm dressed up nicely, but, you know.
I'm just gonna raid you, Jord. That makes it easier.
You're gonna do what to me?
I'm just gonna raid. Makes life easier.
I mean, you're welcome to stream.
Yeah, but my internet's shit. Awesome.
Oh, thank you. Oh, look at that. Thank you for the red.
And then it's OBS.
There he goes. He closed OBS, bro. What a legend. He closed OBS.
I closed OBS. I instinctually closed OBS.
Habitually.
Oh.
Done.
Oops. Yeah, it's a habitual thing where it's like you shut off stream and then you just instantly close OBS because it's like, if anything goes wrong, it'll be because I didn't close
This
OBS.
is what people want.
You know, when you just suddenly get cancelled because you start jerking off on stream.
I will do anything for subs.
I have
Sorry, I
like
didn't
that
close
visceral
OBS.
fear.
Yeah.
Okay. I have like that fear so badly that I point my webcam to the roof.
Whenever you jerking off.
Yep. It's terrible.
It's like Shaggy starts his stream.
I
Hi
literally
guys.
just
I mean,
fucking
oh
whoop,
shit.
there's the ceiling.
Sorry guys. So you know, whenever you go in Shaggy's stream and his camera's pointing at the ceiling at the start of the stream, go through his VODs,
It's
guys.
really
See
bad.
how
It's
many
really awkward. I
times.
hope people don't know that.
We can go through his VODs and see how many times the camera was pointing up at the start. of
How
the
many
stream.
times the camera has like shifted and just be like, oh god.
Yeah, definitely did it. What about you, Luna? Do you do you whack one out? Do you hide your webcam? What do you do?
Nice piece of tape. No, I think the worst thing of it was, after doing that, pointing the webcam up, I didn't realize this room's kind of dusty.
Oh, so you just had like you're like, oh shit, now I see all the
I tilted it down. I was like, why does my camera look washed out all the time? You know, which I think it actually is a bit dusty now. So if
You've
I
just been
just go-
pointing up so much.
I was gonna say, because if you notice, there was a bit of a god ray happening. You know,
Mm.
RTX
Oh, yeah.
was turned on,
RTX 20.
and it's like, yeah, I have a 3080 Ti, by the way.
Woof!
Because yeah, I took the insurance money from cutting the end off my thumb and bought a 3080.
What, like, did somebody force you to do it, or like, do you just randomly get insurance
No,
payout?
I worked for an 80-year-old man who, yeah, cut my thumb off.
He cut your thumb off? Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, 3080 though. Thumb 3080. I know which I'd prefer.
Whole new. It was actually a whole new computer, man. Whole new rig.
I know. Those poor
Trust it here. We'll do.
those poor ladies and gentlemen though, when they realize you can't thumb it in properly.
No, I'll just pick up Harry Potter chicks and be like, yo, girl, I can count to 9 3/4.
Well, there you go. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
I'd lose a piece of my thumb for that. I know what I'm telling you. A BBC presenter jerked off during a Zoom meeting because he didn't know his camera was on. Yeah, I think
Oh
you know,
my
there's probably a lot of that's happened in this era of technological Zoom meeting. search. All right, can we just get a quick sound check? Everyone in the chat, let us know what's the music volume like, what's my volume like, what's Luna volume like, what's Shaggy's volume like. How's it all sounding? All good? All bad? Woo!
Let me whisper in your ear.
AFMR down. 2022 is a boomer, literal. Oh,
Oh god.
3080, bro. 3080. 3080,
3080, man. Yeah.
Zoom factor.
Zoom.
I don't have that. The only zoom factor is if I can lean in.
I'm just fucking around with NVIDIA Broadcast, you know. I love the fact that I can just lean in and be like,
So
tell me more.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I have a 3070, so I do have NVIDIA Broadcast also. You know, because it is the 30 series exclusive. Well, it was 30 series exclusive, but haven't they rolled it out to 20 series now as well? So I'm sure that everyone picked off because they said it was a 30 series exclusive, and then they were like, "Now you've all bought a 30 series. We're actually gonna let 20 series also use it."
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, I mean, I rocked a 1080 for like the longest time as well.
Yeah, I think I was on a 1060 most of the time before this one. Everyone was kicking off at me because I'm literally on like a 1060. I'm like streaming. I'm like doing all right from it. And everyone was like, "What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, why haven't you got like a 20 series, or why haven't you got a 1080 even?" And I'm just like, "It's too expensive, bro."
Well, the thing was that which I noticed a lot of people have 2080s, which I guess is like that released just before the graphics card shortage.
I think once the 30 series came out, though, I think it was like that thing of like, well, I get a 20 series cheaper now because it's. I mean, even then, it kind of didn't do that, did it? With lately, it was like when there was like the graphic card shortage, every graphics cards went up in price, and you're like, "Well, this makes no sense."
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I was just kind of glad I got mine. It was just like it was a pre-built, so it's not the everyone's always like, "Oh, pre-built."
You didn't build your own?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I got a pre-built because it was there was just like in the PC website there was like a 3070, and I was like, this was like in the prime of like the graphics card shortage.
Yeah.
You couldn't pick up a 3080 or a 3070 or a 3060, and I was like, bro, like I've seen this one. I seen this one. It was like 1,500 pounds or something for a 30 series, 1070, an i9 10870, like all the shebang, and I was like, bought it. A month later,
cleaning up in the background as well.
Probs. A month later, they said to me, "Oh, actually, we don't have that in stock and available because we were saving the 3070s for people buying them by themselves." And I was like,
"Yeah,
actually, no. You sold it to me, so you're gonna send it to me, or I'm gonna speak to Trade Standards." And they were like, "Yeah, it'll be there in a couple of weeks." I was like, "I don't think so." After waiting a freaking month, them saying, "Yeah, it's gonna be there in a month," Very good. Anyway, we actually haven't introduced and said hello. Hello, guys. I'm John of the North. This is Natter from the North. I don't know. I've just made this shit up and put it in. I'm joined by these two beautiful guests below me. Would you like to introduce yourself on the left?
Okay, sure. I'm LunnaB. I'm a content creator. I stream everything and anything. Hi. I like horror games.
I love horror games.
Hi, I'm Shaggy.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Shaggy. I'm the Game Hates You. I play video games. I'm really bad at it. I'm surprisingly good but bad.
Amazing.
I was gonna say, actually, hang on. We both have the same problem of the noise cancellation. Hang on.
Yeah. It's like shit.
There we go.
A noise gate. I think that's one. I think that's one really frustrating thing about streaming is, like, I've had this mic.
Clever sound gates.
Yeah, I've literally had this mic for like 4-5 years, and I still don't know how to get it to sound fucking good. And I've watched millions. Millions of videos to be like, how to make your webcam sound better, how to make your mic sound better, and like I've got like 15 different filters, all that are like specifically supposed to make it sound better. Half the time I sound like ass.
I know. It's microphones are like the printers of the modern era.
You just never really know how to get it to work.
You just don't know. It just one day it just fucking works, and then you don't have a problem for like 6 months, and then suddenly, yeah, what? And then suddenly my microphone's dead.
It's not the mic, it's just your voice. You know what they say, you
just
can't
the voice.
polish a turd. I'm loving the support here, guys.
Damn.
This is
I mean, recently I just changed over to a Gold XR microphone. For the longest time I was on a Yeti. So this is like a whole new.
Sorry,
fucking-
Art. Sorry, Art.
um.
Didn't know you were on an XLR.
Yeah.
It's a pro.
Oh wow, you're on an XLR.
Yeah.
Hang
Yes,
on, let me
I am.
actually get my proper microphone in shot now.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Microphone.
I have this fucking thing set up,
let me get
and I use
the
this.
most iconic microphone of streamers in existence.
The Yeti! Come on, Yeti. Here he is. Come here, bud.
Honestly, it does
Oh,
the
baby.
fucking job. You know, it does. Yeah, I think it does a pretty decent job.
Oh, this- I was gonna say the microphone in this is like $40 piece of shit Chinesium. It
Chinesium.
goes from XLR to aux. It goes from an XLR to an aux cable. That's how fucking dodgy it
You
is.
have what? I mean, so it's pretty much just a look good. Then is that what you're telling me?
It's a look good thing. I
It's
don't know.
literally. I've got this really
It's like
nice
a
looking mic,
sock
but
off
I'm
of it.
actually just using my headphones mic. 'cause
Same.
Luna
Oh,
has
yeah,
I'm
the
literally
sound.
using the headphone microphone. I have no shame.
Yeah, I think headphone mics are notoriously the absolute wankest thing I've ever experienced.
Oh, they are so badly. Yeah, I look like such a piece of shit. Hang on. Let me see. How bad do I sound?
You don't sound that bad. You probably sound as bad as me, and I'm literally using a fucking Yeti with 20 million filters. Yeah, XLR. I think is it you have a Go XLR? You're saying?
Yep, I have a Gold XR and my microphone is plugged directly into it.
Is it a Go XLR Fat or a Go XLR Mini?
It's the fat one.
Just flexing.
So, see, I would be playing around with the sample thing so much.
Oh, I do.
I'd literally just be like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'd just be spamming oh yeahs. That'd be me. I go mental with it.
See, back when I did GDARP, I had so many things recorded into it. So like, when I decided to play Criminal, I had the Tokyo Drift sound, and
Oh,
whenever we were going away from the cops, I'd spam the shit out of that.
Is that the?
Tokyo. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And whenever I was passenger in the cop car, I'd always play Bad Boys while we were chasing people. It was great. People hated me.
These are my theme songs, guys. Okay, I'm just using my theme song, loving it out. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so Luna,
Yes.
did we meet? You came into my stream and I was playing My Time with Porsche, right? That was how we met.
Nope.
No.
I know how we met. You raided me when we were playing My Time in Porsche.
Oh, I raided you. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, let's go and find another legend that likes this game.
And then you harassed me and like made fun of me for liking Arlo.
Yeah, because you were like obsessed with Arlo, bro. You were like, you were going in on him. You were like, like I thought you were gonna start fucking strumming one out right there. So I was like, bro, it's just Arlo. Leave him alone, dude. And then I found out that literally everyone's obsessed with Arlo, like in the freaking
character.
Porsche community. Everyone's like, it's literally the equivalent of like on Stardew Valley, where everyone's just like obsessed with freaking, I don't know,
Bastion.
Sebastian.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody
No.
is obsessed
Females are
with
obsessed with-
Sebastian. Nobody.
Everyone likes Sebastian as females, but then the males all like Haley.
Yeah, I was gonna say only character I know is Haley from Stardew Valley. I've never even played it.
All right, so
Is
let's
she the
get
Quartz Eater.
let's quickly get a tab open and type in Haley Stardew Valley rule. Like,
Oh,
I was
no.
just that's all I know.
Oh, the blonde bombshell. That's right. That's right. The purple-haired
Yeah.
one is the one that likes the crystals.
Oh yeah. Shaggy, when did we meet? What did I can't let me. It's
I
been
have
too
no
long.
fucking
It's
clue.
been too long, bro.
I assume SCP.
I haven't played SCP.
You haven't played SCP.
No, it was probably
What would I have done?
I did play Warframe like once or twice. Maybe it was when I was doing
Might have been
Warframe.
Warframe.
'Cause I know you were obsessed with Warframe, or you were obsessed with
I have
Warframe.
5,000 hours. Don't at me.
Yeah. Shane
Yeah.
all the way. Isn't Shane the one who's like depressed and abusive? He's just like,
Yes, Shane's the alcoholic. He's the one that you have to try to fix. Sorry.
yeah. I remember Annie playing through that, and she like got married and had kids with Shane, and he was just like, oh well, I suppose I'm gonna go outside today, and I'm like, what the? Why are you? How is this like? This is enjoyable. This is terrible.
That's the one I picked too, Annie.
Oh, damn. Yeah, so it was probably Warframe. I vaguely remember being terrible at the game, and then you being like,
Oh yeah, I probably had like 3,000-4,000 hours back then, and
yeah, because I think I only played maybe like 20 something hours of Warframe, and I was like, I didn't know what I was doing, and I remember going into your stream afterwards, and you were literally just going. You would fly through a level.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, probably would have been playing Vault. Thank you also for reminding me about Warframe. I won't say why. Those who know, but yeah, I'm gonna get my Twitch drops.
okay. But yeah, it's kind of like them like Diablo games where it's like you're in a dungeon, and like when you're a beginner, it's like, oh, this is really hard, and then you watch somebody who's like strong, and they just go, everything around me's dead. They just walk through, it's like dead, and I'm like, what? I once played with one of my friends. Was like, oh, you should play Diablo. I'll play with you. So I went on with them, and then they just ran through the dungeon and killed everything, and I would just go around like, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy, and just like go around picking stuff up, and I was like, it's not really fun though.
Right,
know?
exactly.
Oh god, no. I had the same experience playing Path of Exile because people were like, oh, it's like Diablo but better, and it's like, no.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple of people in the community who love Path of Exile, except now they've just, as of yesterday, they now hate Path of Exile because they nerfed the loot and like nerfed everything like 90%.
No. Yep.
So like they're just like, I've spent so much time and like effort and money, and now
Some men just want to watch
there he comes. They're absolutely heartbroken, to be fair. After what, like 8,000 hours or something in Path of Exile, it's like, let's just make it all worth nothing. Let's just make everything you've done gone. Which I think games like they do tend to do that though. Like with RuneScape, like some of the changes they make. It's just one of them things. It's like, you made a big mistake here, and if they're not willing to go back on it, like for example, when RuneScape got rid of the wilderness as a thing. Like, that killed the player base completely. And everyone was like, bring back the wilderness. And they didn't for, like, years. And then they tried to, like, bring it... They made it a little bit different. They made it like, we'll do this. But and it just never recovered, really, from that one big mistake they made. Because they didn't immediately rectify it when they were asked to. So it's like, I don't know why games do that. Like, why do they just...
Yeah.
Why?
I was going to say, I had a similar...
They want to go a different way. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I had a similar issue with Genshin of all things. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk smack about Genshin. Are you on like NDA or something?
Not anymore. It was just a week.
All right. Just making sure that we're not gonna It
was just a week, and I
talked from federal court.
I talked smack about them while I was doing it as well, so it's fine.
Because what was it? The ice area update. That was pretty much when I started playing, and I played the shit out of it. And ran out of stuff to do, like actually hit AR50 as quickly as possible. And I was like, I got nothing to do.
Yes, so we have a weeaboo here.
I'm a weeaboo, and I have yet to play Genshin.
You couldn't figure that out.
Okay. So so you like just completed it like easily peasily.
Yeah, like straight up.
So you were just gutted that there wasn't more content, or?
Pretty much, like I zoomed the map out, everything said 100%, and I just kind of went, I'll wait for the next update, and then never played it.
I mean, for example, I know with Hef and Kira in the chat, they've pretty much done everything in the game, but what happens is, Path of Exile, they do bring out, like, updates, or, like, their new season, and things like that. So they do replay it when each season, or each part, like, that comes out. Does Genshin not have that? Is it just like the content's there, and if you complete it, it's completed? Kind of like Zelda?
they're expanding. I know they're expanding it because I have a mate who plays it still religiously, but yeah, it just never dragged me back in, which is really sad.
No characters.
Because like
with big
even
enough breasts.
Warframe, I've had games where even Warframe, I've had time breaks, just straight up breaks, where it's like haven't played for a couple years, I'll come back, and yeah.
And there's plenty of new stuff to do, kind of thing.
And pretty much you get told that you're an idiot, you're using old meta, you know, you're dumb.
All that jazz. Honestly, I've never played a game enough to have this problem. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just play like lots of games a little bit. I play like even if I really enjoy a game, like Dead by Daylight, I've been playing that for like 3 or 4 years. I still only have like 800 hours in it. You know, like that's like the extent of it, and people are like, you know, 10,000 hours. You know, like I went up against like a 10,000 hour fucking.
Yeah, I saw that.
Player the other night.
The D-ranker, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, I'm literally, you know, I would consider myself a seasoned player with 800 hours. But I'm like going up against 10,000 hour people. Like, I've never had the experience where I've completed something so much and played it so much that it's just boring and it's not new to me. Because I don't want to ever get to that point. I'd rather it always kind of feels like, oh, well, let's go back and have a fiddle with it. Oh, yeah. Could you please do what? Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
You
We
do
all
one?
do one?
Go on, everyone does one. Let's go.
Oh
That was like an anime.
Oh, yeah. Hell.
Yours was
I can't do
Japanese, Shaggy. What was that? That was kind of, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Nondesuke.
yeah. Omari wa shinderu.
What is, dude? Right, I can't handle this strange ASMR, voice cracking.
I'm sorry, I just woke up. Fight me.
Fight me. Yo, Sam, how you doing? Sam's mysterious friend. How you doing? Fickle? I mean, I am a little bit fickle. You know, I'm not fickle. I'm just tight. So I don't like spending money on things, especially. So if I buy a game, it's like, hey, buy this £40 expansion. I'm like, no.
Yeah, you really.
No.
Yeah, I haven't pre-ordered a deluxe edition of a game for ages.
Even like
Which, as you can see in my lovely background here, there's
deluxe
quite a
editions.
few pre-orders.
There we go.
A lot of pre-orders.
Like
And
Steelbooks.
train-spotting posters, and merch, and garbage, and more garbage.
See, that's why I never did that. Like, it would be so many times I'd be like, oh, the new Gears of War. If you spend like £180 on it, you get like an amazing figure or something. Or the new Assassin's Creed, you get this awesome like statue. Like, if I started on that road, I would be in a very
You know what the worst part of those statues is? Because I'm Australian, it gets quite hot here.
They just melt.
They
Oh,
melt.
They melt.
They fucking melt. I have the Max Payne Collector's Edition somewhere around the place here, where it has Max Payne on like this nice fake vinyl floor, and pretty much I just noticed that he started to tilt, so I had to put him back in the fucking box.
Oh my god.
The Assassin's Creed ones are even worse.
It's horrendous.
They're all multiple layers of just like thin plastic that all just kind of warp and distort. And it's like, dude,
I have all the
it's
Assassin's Creed ones
35
over here.
degrees.
Oh my god, my heart.
I would die because they're expensive as well. They're like not cheap.
They're expensive. The Mirror's Edge one that I showed up there, that one is actually good. That one's all like acrylic, so that actually is pretty good at staying together.
So if you learn
it
to
has
you
a
only
higher
get,
But the
you
faces
only
in
get
it
acrylic.
have, get the acrylic things. The faces are terrifying.
See, that's why
I don't know
I'm
how to explain
I'm
it.
quite glad that I don't live, you know, like in Australia where it's disgusting heat, or Canada where it's freezing cold quite a lot of time, or even in America. Like I remember when I went to Texas and I went there like in the kind of summerish time, and I was like, and it was
Oh, no, that's a
humid,
mistake.
Yeah,
humid
no.
as hell. It was like 107 degrees
Yeah.
Fahrenheit. And I was like, like me being from England,
Yeah.
like the most I've ever done is like gone to Spain and it's been like 32 degrees C, and I was like, I was like, damn, this is
Oh,
really
this is
hot.
pleasant.
But like going to Texas and be like 42 degrees, I was like,
Yeah.
that was really rough. And yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean the good thing about place like Texas, everywhere's air conditioned, so like you're outside for as long as you're outside, and then you're in a car, and then you're in a shop or in your house or whatever. Like we've just gone through a bit of a heat wave in England. We have we
Yeah, I
have
know.
no air conditioning.
I think heat waves in England are fucking hilarious because it's like it's 32 degrees. We're all dying.
Yeah, it's
And I'm
32
just sitting
degrees.
there
I
Like no
remember.
AC, bro.
It's 32 degrees. I'm gonna have a nap outside.
There's no
Plus,
AC.
our houses
There's no
are
breeze.
built to keep
Yeah,
the house and
yeah,
heat
it
in.
retains the heat.
Exactly.
That was the worst thing, where it was like it was getting to 30 degrees, and then like because it was hot inside the house, it just kept like almost like just conducted more and more heat. And then like we'd have all the windows open, and all that would do is let in more heat, even in the middle of the night or something. I was like, how is this happening to me? Like my house was like my son's room was like 32 degrees.
Oh, God.
Like it was literally having this little
You're
egg
better off
thermometer.
leaving him in the car.
Literally, we don't even have a car. We have nothing.
I'm sorry, that's a really fucked up joke, but I mean, technically speaking, yes, it would be better for you to put your kid in the car, as much as someone will smash your window and be like, "I'm saving this child."
It was pretty.
And you're like, "No, the aircon's on."
We had a heat wave here, and it was terrible. We got up to like 42 Celsius. It was terrible.
Yeah, 42. 42 is rough. Like I love in some places where like 42 is like the road kind of starts to melt a little bit. Like you know, like different things that aren't supposed to get to that temperature just start to melt, and you're like,
The bitumen is just gone, and it's terrible.
Australia has asphalt roads, and it's
you know when you're walking on it and it's like you leave a footprint
you know
behind,
like,
you're like
sticky floor in a club.
God.
It's like that.
I would be bricking it walking over these floorings.
Don't your thongs start to melt too, with it being so hot?
Thongs start to melt. We occasionally take like you know, like the metal plates you put over like access ports for water and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we crack eggs on them and like throw food on them and watch them cook.
Nice.
As like a pastime.
Did you eat it?
No, but if you did want to eat something, you can quite seriously take a piece of tinfoil, fold it into a bowl, and put something in the middle of it and watch it cook.
That's pretty cool.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I know some people who have like a thing outside in really hot places. They'll have like a piece of metal that like if they clean it.
Yeah,
it's
the
nice
solar cookers, the proper
and
ones.
they'll just have like a thing, and it's like when it gets super hot, they'll just go like chuck some bacon on this like piece of metal, and it's like crispy bacon, and you're like,
yep,
what the hell? What the hell?
Real talk.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Crispy bacon or chewy bacon? Where we at?
I mean, chewy. That's a very bad description. It's a terrible description of bacon in general. Nobody wants chewy bacon, okay?
Some people do.
Caramelized is the word you're after.
See, I like caramelized bacon, okay? I don't like burnt bacon. I don't like it like really crispy. I like it.
Okay. Now I'm gonna start an argument. How do you cook your bacon?
In a pan. You don't put it in a microwave.
Do you have any special bacon cooking techniques?
No, okay, so not really. You get a pan, you put in like a teensy bit of oil or butter, you put the bacon in the pan, and then you leave it until it goes crispy, and then you turn it over, and then it goes crispy on the other side, and then you're done.
Wait! Why are you putting oil or fucking butter in it? Its own fat cooks it. What do you mean?
Just because
I'm sorry,
habit.
I meant to point there.
Habit.
You're both fucking wrong. Okay. Cold pan.
Yeah.
Bacon. 2 tablespoons of water, and you have to have a lid to put on the pan so it steams to render out the fat perfectly.
Fair.
And then once the fat starts to render out, you crack the lid so the steam evaporates, and then it fries and caramelizes.
In water?
No. The steam kind of gets rid of the water eventually.
The steam helps render the fat out of the bacon, so it cooks in its own juices.
Yeah.
Honestly,
see, what I like to do is I put some brown sugar in there too. Once it starts to get all caramelized.
I do brown sugar if... Sorry, I keep pointing up because you're above me on Discord, but you're over there on stream.
Okay, so here's my tuppence. Bacon is massively overrated. I said it. It's not even that good. It's not even that good.
Can we cancel Jord?
Yeah, right? Can we cancel his own?
Yeah, can we cancel
Bacon
Jord?
is not even that good. I've had bacon so many times, and I'm just like, every time I'm like, probably could have done without this, to be honest. Could have just not had this, and it would have been fine.
You know, I'm gonna call out Jord here. He's just saying this to be edgy and different. He doesn't actually mean it.
Yeah, Jord just wants to be different.
I am not. I am genuine.
Jord, remember when you had that phase of dyeing your hair a lot? You just did it to be different. You did it to be the quirky streamer.
No, everyone does that, bro.
Did you sub to Ninja's masterclass where he tells you to dye his hair blue?
Is it actually what he says in his masterclass?
Yes, he does.
How do you know? Have you subbed to his masterclass?
Drew Goodman went through and did a review of it. It's fucking hilarious, though.
Oh god. No. The hair dyeing thing was just, you know, I like to give back something when people give me money. I don't just want to just take their money and then be like, thanks. You know, like that's one of my pet peeves is like when you go into a stream and you're like watching it and you're like, oh, and then someone's like, here's a $20 donation, and they're just like, thanks. And then just carry on, and then someone's like, here's 10 gifted subs, and like, thanks. And then just carry on. It's like, I understand they're paying for the content because they enjoy that. But for me, inside myself, I'm like, I need to give you something. I need to, like, do a shotgun. I need to shotgun a beer, or, like, shave my ball sack on stream, or, like, fucking wax my eyebrow. I'm like, I just get a bit crazy about it. Yo, Daz, welcome in. How you doing? This is a non-chat stream. No, there is a chat, but it's just a bit quiet.
I get like super fucking. I get super livid at people who aren't like they aren't thankful for raids. They aren't thankful for donations or subs. It's like they're just there's no emotion, and it's like, dude, I understand that like yeah, being constantly animated on stream is somewhat difficult, but at the same time, like at least say like thank you like you fucking mean it, not just thanks for the raid. Okay, guys, back to our stream.
No, it's a tough one because like I think different situations allow for different things and different communities and different. I think at the same time each their own, but I'm just saying from my perspective, like if I'm in a stream and I'm always just like
I'm actually gonna call Jord out here.
Come on, tell me.
Okay.
So I was like really animated and thankful that he raided me one day. I'm like, Jord, what were you doing? What were you playing? Never once answered me.
Dude.
He just fucked off. I was like, oh, okay.
George, you piece of fucking shit. Even I fucking go like, oh yeah, you know, I've been doing this.
No, right. Here's the thing. You should know this, right? When you have a child and you're streaming, sometimes you have to end the stream and run to your child, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Sure, but you never came back and told me.
That's why you have a missus. That's why it takes 2 people to have a kid. So you can fuck around and do shit while, you know... Oh, sorry, this is... Sorry, that's very old-fashioned, isn't
That's
it?
very old-fashioned.
That's very oldfashioned. Yes, that's right. Women have fought for the right now to leave the house and
not
sit
here.
around all day on
All right,
Quaaludes.
just got fucking ripped from us again.
See you later. Get out of here. Woman.
Oh no! Now I'm getting cancelled. Very old-fashioned.
Very, very old-fashioned.
I personally think that there should be someone in the house at all times. As weird as that sounds. Whether it be a partner or a kid or a roommate, I think there should be.
Well,
yeah.
Going off of what you're saying, they always used to say it takes a village to raise a kid. So.
Yeah. Well, like Resident Evil Village, or.
Maybe not that kid. Okay, that kid ended up in a few different places.
But then, like, on that topic, the game hates you. To your left, do you not have a Bible? Okay, so if we're being honest, okay.
Even
perhaps...
worse, not only do I have a Bible, I have my Bible study homework, and I have a lovely book called The Lost Ways.
So like
all within arm's reach.
You're the exact opposite. Tarot cards, demonic summoning. Got some Ouija board.
That I don't fuck with. I don't fuck with Ouija board.
The Ouija board. Oh no.
So like, you know, in historically, I feel like religious opinions are usually always wrong.
I always think that most people try to silence religion and then try and claim some moral high ground, despite the fact that their morals came from that religion.
Yeah, I'm very openly. I was raised, you know, go to Sunday school, listen to this, watch
Yeah.
this Bible, this thing. And I've always said that, like, religion isn't all bad, because I like all the stories you learn about the Good Samaritan and like about like there's a lot of like moral things, like stories and lessons that are good. There's also like pretty shit ones, but like there's a lot of good ones that I have taken and I feel like have kind of
Great work, George.
Yeah, obviously, Jesus. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Busting, you know.
Throw
Sorry,
a couple
guys.
Hail Marys.
It takes two to make a child, and there's a new way of cooking bacon with steam. Of all the things I've enjoyed being part of in this amazing man's
way of
channel,
cooking
I've
bacon
now
with
learned these two
steam.
things mentioned
There we go.
above.
Hang on, I'm just reading this comment
Yeah,
now
yeah,
as they
yeah.
sub.
Right?
Yeah. Apparently,
Did
it
make
takes
a
two
child
people to
and
make a
there's-
child. I'm not gonna know this.
Yeah, it's like the saucy
I
tango.
was
didn't you
gonna
know?
say, even
But yeah, I think I've definitely always say I have definitely learned some good morals, but I also think that I am a better Christian than 90% of Christians, and I'm not Christian.
oh shit, yeah.
So that's
Okay,
my
so,
that's
yeah.
my biggest point of contention is I am a better Christian than 90% of Christians because I don't know what it is about them. They just have this like they've got this weird like mentality of like I'm a Christian, so I'm better than you. And even though I
Yeah,
like
and that's-
morally do so many
You know,
things
that's how
that are
Crusade
really
starts.
bad.
Yeah, that's pretty much how crusades start. Yeah.
Yeah.
By pretty much being what would you call it? In an attempt to be virtuous, I guess.
Yeah, yes, yeah. It's like
Which is a sin in of itself is
Yeah,
to like
exactly.
try and be virtuous, to force yourself to be virtuous. No, it should happen naturally.
It's like to be the good Samaritan, but then go and tell everyone how much of a good Samaritan you are because
Yeah.
you did one thing, and you're like,
You miss the point. You completely miss the point of like the whole, you know, following the good book and all that.
I mean, it's definitely a book. I don't know about the good book, but of all the reads I've done, it was
I
okay.
personally, I really do enjoy reading my Bible because, let's just go with Galatians 4:16, I think it is. I told the truth, and now everyone hates me,
Accurate.
which is something that kind of. I think the Bible's what 1,600 years old, 1,400 years old. The fact that that is still relevant today.
You think back then the people were still getting in trouble for telling
You
the
think
truth.
we kind of?
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing how like what a simple statement is,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
how it just carries on through time, and that's kind of where I get a lot of it. Because although I'm not very spiritual, I do enjoy the teachings.
Okay. I think that's an interesting thing that I've never really thought about is like, because I know a lot of people who are like spiritual, or, you know, like it's a very spiritual thing for them as opposed to a connection. And a funny thing about religion that I kind of came to a thing of recently was I'm actually very jealous of anyone who believes something like that, like completely, because like it's kind of like Vikings, right? Vikings,
Yeah.
they would literally believe so much that they would go to Valhalla if they died in battle, that they didn't care. Like, they were happy to die. If they were getting killed, they're like, this is amazing. And like, if I was getting killed, I would be shitting myself because I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
But that's the thing.
You know?
That's the thing. You die in battle, you go to heaven,
Yeah.
or you go to Valhalla.
Yeah.
You know.
So like that's what I'm saying for like Christians, like the ones who like really truly believe it so much. I'm like a bit jealous because like you tend to find when someone's on their deathbed, ones who have like religion and faith, they're like,
I'm good to go.
this is good, yeah.
I
and then
I know.
I would be shitting
I've-
myself.
Yeah, that's kind of like the hard thing of it.
So like I'm not
Now,
like
ignore the part where I'm actually struggling to find
I'm not like
fucking Galatians in my fucking Bible.
Oh, you bad lad. That's it.
I'm so
Penance. Penance. What's that thing
know.
where you like hit yourself with a 9 tails? Like,
bad. Lashings.
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 Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
think about that one
Yeah.
too. Like, what?
Luna's like, oh, I do that, but not for that reason.
That's terrible.
Daz, thank you for the resub, Daz, and yeah, I'm so atheist. It's painful. I think atheism is painful, and I think people get it wrong when they're like, I've realized I don't think it's anyone's job to convince anyone of anything. I think you should. I mean, obviously that's counterintuitive to actual religion, which says go out and spread the word. Your job is to be as proper, speak with the people, the words and stuff. Like most religions have that same mentality. But like I think that like I would feel upset if I was having a discussion or a debate with somebody and I turned them away from faith because I've taken away that surety, that feeling of like safety and that feeling of like things. So like I've kind of changed my tact on it a little bit of like I'm not trying.
Yeah, you
I
don't want to fuck with
argumentative.
someone's sense of security.
Yeah, I used to be argumentative. Yeah. Like, let's just debate this. You know, let's do. I'm like, you literally believe whatever you want.
No.
Like, literally, just whatever it is you want to believe, just believe it. Like, as long as we can all accept. Yeah. Religion's done lots of bad in the world. It's done lots of good, but it's done lots of bad. And I just think that, like, in the right hands, religion is completely fine. And it's you whatever your religion or beliefs are. Should be fine in the right hands, and you should just not let entities take control and power over large amounts of people using a doctrine is what I believe. You know, like I just get rid of that, but just believe anything you want and like, you know, do it because that gives you peace and security and happiness, and that is all that matters in this world is to have peace, security, and happiness. Cheers!
Like,
yes.
Cheers. For me, I'm Wiccan. So
you'd be getting stoned in a heartbeat by GameHatesYou. You began lashing.
No, I was gonna say no. My days of like going to metal clubs and stuff. Actually, one of my best friends was a Satanist. Because we were both like very polite people, and the conversation pretty much went down to, because Satanism is all about consent. But that's kind of thing is that while the Bible Bible and Christianity and stuff tells you that the devil's a false prophet, he's trying to trick you. That's where the consent comes from. It's him trying to get you to voluntarily give up your enlightenment for a life of damnation.
See, I have a friend who's a Satanist, and he quite a few friends actually, and the actual Satanist like belief. He said it's actually about the worship of oneself. It's about self-worship and like you putting yourself and your own needs and desires in life above the needs of gods and the needs of other things, and obviously that's a sin in itself in your eyes anyway. Yeah. But I get behind like I also base that's one of my beliefs in life is that whole thing you can't look after other people until you look after yourself, and you should you know you like. On your list of priorities, you should be number one. The people directly who you care about should be number two, number three. Like, for me, it's like an insane mentality to think, imagining putting like some, you know, deity above my own needs and happiness. Like, so like, even whether it's Satan or God or, you know, the Wicca fairy or I don't know anything about Wiccan.
So with Wiccan, you actually don't necessarily pick your god. You open yourself up and a deity comes to you.
Oh my god.
It's just about deciphering which one came to you.
So how much peyote do I have to take to find this god?
I haven't smoked shit in my life.
I'm sorry I had to fucking make that joke.
You're fine. I don't do weed. I don't smoke anything. It's just about self-exploring and, you know, just basically shadow work.
Shadow work? What is shadow work?
Shadow work.
Tell us about the shadow work. I'm interested now.
Before I say something really insensitive.
I probably might do shadow work a bit different than other people, but the way I do it is basically, I like to put out a bunch of incense and basically meditate till you kind of fall asleep, and then you're just kind of like, what it feels like this ethereal, like, dream world in a sense.
Okay.
They've actually made some kind of movies off of it. I'm trying to remember the movies.
The Exorcist?
It's not The Exorcist, but it's like The Exorcist. It's I'm trying to remember. It's got the old woman in it, and the weird red black demon. It's where the kids would go to sleep and they would astral project. That's the word. That's the one. That's kind of like it's the same kind of sense of it.
If you think of it, come back and tell me, because I might have seen it, I might not have seen it.
Let me go.
I'm trying to think.
I've seen
think
I've
I've
seen a
heard of it.
few horror movies and like things like that, but yeah, I think I
Insidious.
Oh my
Insidious.
god, Insidious, bro.
Yes.
The Conjuring, that kind of thing. Oh, dude,
Yep.
that's some scary. I wouldn't be messing with that. I mean, I literally get jump scared at like the easiest things. Imagine something like that coming to me. I'm like, yeah.
I got lucky and I got Loki from Norse mythology.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Pretty
Yeah.
neato. Was he like the
Yes.
really like hot Tom Hiddleston version, or
No. The real Loki, the way he's actually not projected, that's not the correct term,
Depicted.
but thank you. Is red-haired, flaming green eyes with like red markings all across his face and some horns.
Oh my
Not
god.
actually Tom
I was
Hiddleston.
gonna say yeah, because doesn't like canonical Loki look a bit ghoulish?
In a sense, yeah. Look at the bone structure of Green Goblin and then form it human.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
If I had to choose if I had to be religious, what religion would you choose?
Yeah.
Honestly,
hang on,
like- Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'll just drop this in the chat here
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the picture of Loki that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I think if I had to be religious and choose a religion, I would probably choose something almost like Buddhist. With like the belief of
yep.
like energy, like the cycle of energy just continuing, in the world, because obviously I believe scientifically, energy can't be created or destroyed. It's just a continuous flowing of matter and things. So I would probably be something along the lines of like a Buddhist, or if I look into it more, something like that. But yeah, something that just believes in like the continuation of essence in the circle of life. Whatever way that may be. But I'm actually not atheist myself. I'm actually agnostic, so I'm open to any kind of. I don't believe. Like, I think anything you have to unconditionally believe or commit to with zero evidence or proof is a very dangerous thing. But I'm open to enlightenment in any shape or form. So, like, if something was to come to me, or if I was to feel a presence or a connection to something, I would be open to that. I'm just not willing to, like, be like, wow, this one book compared to all of the other 900 books that have been written is the one right book on this one subject, where there's millions and there's hundreds and hundreds of other depictions of what this god is. Like, I kind of believe, like, that's why I kind of don't agree with, like, Christianity and, like, religions which are like, if you worship anything other than us, you're going to hell. Because that's, to me, that's to be like, to make you scared, to be like, well, I can't believe anything else. I have to believe in this, or I'm going to hell. So I'm very much like, I would be willing to believe in like a god which none of us really know about and can depict them. There isn't, a book with all of the manual of this god, because nobody knows. It's all just in people's interpretations throughout the ages of maybe connections they've felt or things they've felt, and they just think, let's write it down and do this. Like, so I'm very much just like, I could believe that there was some entity or some spiritual or like some presence of something that we can't even fathom, but I have no clue, because I'm very much of the belief that we're literally on a speck flying through space in a minuscule moment of time. Like, the entire of the lifespan of our universe as we know it is just a split second in the greater scheme of this big bang, like an explosion that goes out, and then it's like a grenade going off. The grenade goes out and the shrapnel for us goes, and then it stops eventually, because that's how it works. So I just believe there was an explosion, bang, and we're just literally in that fraction of a moment going through thing, and this is our entire existence. So I'm very much, that's kind of my belief of things, and I'm just like, try and enjoy your life. Don't put yourself into horrendous positions or do things that you don't want to do in life. Just you know, and it's hard and it's difficult because we are constrained by forces which have controlled everyone's lives to a point where you need to literally trade 80% of your time in this life to be able to live. It's like you have to literally give everything just to live, which is horrendous. You know, that's a terrible idea. You know, we should all just be able to live, and you know, not have to trade all of our effort and energy.
One thing that I did see rather funny about that and the like how much you have to work to make a living and such is the wealth distribution in the US is currently worse than 14th century France.
What, where is like the bureaucracy,
as in the 1% owns like 95% of the total available currency, and it's like, yeah, France got to 90%, and then everyone started dying.
Let them eat cake.
Everyone's already dying in America. Done.
Let them eat cake.
Yeah, Sinister was good. Sinister was it was well made.
Yeah.
What was the other one? The Conjuring, that was a good one as well. I think it was like that whole like franchise was because it was made by the same kind of people, wasn't it? I think the same person who did like Annabelle, and there's like a couple of.
I wasn't a fan of The Conjuring or Annabelle. But those kind of possession movies are boring to me.
I mean, fair enough. You have astral projected with Loki or something, so I imagine most things would be kind of tame for you. I mean, Shaggy's kind of a little bit jealous because like he's never like, you know, he's not spiritually in it. He's just like, you know, enjoying the moral teachings.
I believe in the teachings.
Yeah, I mean, if some crazy creature, angel creature just came to him, he'd be like, "Fuck, that's scary."
I mean, real
like,
depictions of angels are terrifying.
I was gonna say yes. Biblically accurate angels are terrifying because it's the idea of something you can't understand. What do you call it?
Hey, I've seen Supernatural, mate. Right? I think
those aren't even the real projections
we're talking about the
angels. Like bands of eyes and wings and shit.
The bands of eyes. I'm trying to do that, and it's like.
Are we talking like Relicanth from Yu-Gi-Oh?
No,
we're not. No, what is it called? Relinquished.
Yes.
Relinquished from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes, in a sense.
Like
where the fuck are my Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Come on, you must have a Relinquished in there.
George, just because you mentioned this, I literally got my old Yu-Gi-Oh cards out from ages ago.
Hell yeah, brother.
Like one stream, because I was talking about the bloody movie cards I collected. But
I'll put in the
got any good ones in there, my guy? Got any good ones, like? What are we talking?
I have the full
Starter
full collection from the Pyramid of Light movie.
Okay.
So
I don't know if I really watched too much of the Pyramid of Light. Did you watch Yu-Gi-Oh, Luna?
I did. I even 3D print a Slifer the Sky Dragon.
Nice.
Okay.
That's literally what would take
I've
up
just
all my
quickly grabbed
time.
all my,
If I had a 3D printer, I'd just be like,
It's fun.
Yeah, so we'll start with the tragic tale of my Pyramid of Light trap card that got unfortunately creased by my sister because she wanted it for some godforsaken reason.
In the bin.
But to flex my collection, I have the 3 Sphinxes.
Oh, nice.
All shiny, and Blue Eyes Shining Dragon.
Are you looking for a boyfriend? Because
I have a PS9 graded
These will probably be like a 6, maybe.
Heavy use.
They have a very slight curve to them, but
a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards did have that though. They
did curve.
Yeah. I do recall,
you know.
and over time that curve always got more accentuated.
Yeah.
You know.
It did. Yeah.
I think by the end, my maybe your mastery.
Your mastery.
I think
maybe your mastery of Steam. Yes, I'll Steam my cards.
Steam the card. What's the worst that could happen?
That will go down terribly.
No.
Yeah, my Yu-Gi-Oh collection was left in a moisty, and they all stuck together and got moldy, and they were literally like They were like bent like fucking like this by the end.
You
I
know
was
what's
heartbroken.
even worse? I went to there were card trading clubs and stuff like that. I went to one of them. Someone brought in all their cards. They'd had individually sleeved them.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently all the cards
That's
had
cool.
laminated. As in,
That's-
they were stuck in the sleeve.
I mean, yeah, but like, come on, you're in Australia, right? It's hot.
I know we're in Australia, you know, but
Yeah, true.
it's like, so he brings his cards in and he goes to take one out and it's stuck. And it's like, and I'm just kind of sat there like little 13-year-old me watching this like 20-year-old who's
Cry.
probably poured his life savings into Yu-Gi-Oh cards and is
That's
about to sell them.
heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking.
And it's like, no. Because the card trader was absolutely fucking brutal to him as well. He was like, "Nah, get out of here. They're not worth it." And it's like,
Yeah.
this poor fucking dude.
The Yu-Gi-Oh community, like outside of the game and the show, it's awful. Like Yu-Gi-Oh is the one that gets mostly stolen from card shops and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's just people that the player base is toxic as shit.
Degens. Endless.
Pretty much.
Degenerates,
degens.
yeah.
For sure.
Like, so you get Pokemon, they've got like they're the kind ones, you know, they're nice for the most part. Then you got also the Magic the Gathering, which like they sit in their high hats and like they smoke their pipes. They're like, oh, we're the best. We've been around the longest. And you got literally the dumpster fire of the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Like, and you're like, stop it, get out.
Yeah.
Pretty much, dude.
And then there's just, you know, Digimon sat in the corner.
Like, does anyone still play
He's just
us?
kind of sat there.
And
He's
then
just like, the guy he's just like having a bit of a reaction in the corner, like, dude, none of our community's like this into Digimon, man.
Digimon.
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 Digital
stuff.
monsters, Digimon are the champions.
Like, it was decent, but it just wasn't like it. Just it was like it was.
I
It
loved
was, it was
Yu-Gi-Oh!
really
Or,
good, but it was just
Digimon.
like it was like it was just. I don't know what
Who did the Digimon rap?
Digiball
Like the
into
The actual theme song?
There's
I
a
have it on my
Digimon rap.
Spotify.
Is it like the
Oh.
Pokemon rap? The Poke rap? Because honestly, those,
I need
all
to
those,
find out who did it.
all those songs from
Artists
To Be
Paul
a Master.
Gordon and MCP Pod
MCP Pop.
did the Digimon rap.
I love it.
Let me see. Is this what I'm thinking of?
This guy's a ledge. Like, you gotta be confident in yourself to call yourself MCP Pod.
You do. I was gonna say, yep. I'm dropping this in the voice channel chat. I really like that.
Yeah.
That Discord's added that ability to just put a little chat in the voice call, so like everyone in the voice call kind of, when you're posting references and stuff.
Yeah, you can get it right there.
Shaggy Hunter. Shaggy is my bestie. Hell yeah.
Shaddy should be banned.
Get
Not gonna lie, Shaddy has like had all of his rights in my Discord stripped.
You are vanished!
He's
toxic.
very, very rude. Let's go
Shaddy,
with that.
it's fine. There's definitely plenty of people here that would love to put Shaddy in his place. It's like, I love that. It's like one of those people where like you ban them, right? So I've had this before where you ban somebody, but they're like, and even though they're banned, they're still always in your chat. But then you raid somebody, and then they come up in their chat, and you're like they were like they've been banned for like weeks in my chat, but they're, you know, every time I raid somebody, I'm like,
take your hate. I was gonna say, it's not even take your hate bonus somewhere else. It's like Shaddy will just say very what do you call it? Derogatory, controversial things, like things that accusations that would lead to very
detected.
And then say that he's what's happening? Someone
I think he did it himself. Oh
Yes.
no, it was a gift.
No, you got gifted one.
It was a gift.
Hef specifically.
He does this, bro. Every time somebody looks like they're on the level of like getting banned, F just gets in there. He's like, now it's gonna be hard. Now it's gonna tug on your heartstrings to ban them because they're subscribed. What if Shaddy ends up doing a lifetime
it's more like
subscription?
insult to injury. When
Like-
you do ban them, and then you get that notification from Steam that your gift sub has run out. So it's like, hey, remember, you got fucking banned from this place, man.
It's like you. Obviously, it's a. Do we all have mature streams? I think we're all
Yeah.
18 plus.
Yeah.
You don't have kids in your stream, do you?
Nope.
I think like youngest would be 17. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
that.
I've heard
It's
about.
like, yeah.
I've heard about you Christians and you youngsters. Like.
I don't convert.
That's Catholicism,
children.
by the way. Just say.
I say
yeah.
Catholicism, and I'm Presbyterian. We don't fuck around with that shit.
So yeah, whenever I get somebody young in the chat, and like they're openly young and like trolls, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, right, if you like, you're gonna get banned, right? And then as soon as I like express that they're probably gonna get banned, the hef's just like, it's up. That kid right there, that kid is gonna be part of the fam. Part of the fam right now.
Oh god.
That's
So I
why-
remember the I don't know if you want to talk about this, Jord. I remember the Minecraft server era of Jord. Is that still up? and
Really?
going?
No.
I remember
that two.
And I was like, and I remember you coming in, and you were like pissed off like some fucking dad.
Was that
who
the
was like,
role
"Alright,
play?
what the fuck is going on?"
I did
just-
a Minecraft role play, so.
And you would like, because I was in the voice call for some reason. I think we were just like having a talk, and then you came in and you were like, "What the fuck is going on? What is wrong with you people?"
Yeah.
And it's like,
that Minecraft roleplay was so bad. Oh, it was cringe. It was cringe.
it
dude.
was really fucking bad.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I don't recommend anyone doing a Minecraft roleplay. So. Especially not with like a toxic ass community. At that time, that was like the most toxic my community ever was. I had like so many horrendous people around that time. It was terrible. Yeah, just didn't it didn't pan out, you know.
Yeah.
Shaggy, have you
I
played?
think
Oh.
Have I?
Have you played? No, have you played Dungeons and Dragons?
I was gonna say there are actually some other podcasts that I've been on where I'm like blacked out drunk at a bar called Beta Bar, playing D&D and having no idea what I'm doing.
Oh boy.
Because that's pretty much how I learned D&D was by being incredibly stoned and incredibly drunk at the same time. Don't know how the hell they let me get away with that at like an established venue.
I mean, I probably added a spice, you know. Added a little bit of spice to the.
Add a bit of spice. Yeah, we'll take the stone. We'll put the stone guy in on the D&D. Yeah, I don't have any of that. I
love D&D, but I don't have any of that either. You know, I feel like if I start buying dice and like dice rollers and boxes and all them things, you just don't stop.
The problem will start where I don't know if you guys have seen it, but my YouTube recommended will occasionally get. I don't know if it's D&D elitism, but it's like, oh, you got to make sure that your dice are like the utmost quality, and you have to have 3D cardboard cutouts and stencils, and it's like.
I mean, it's nice. It's nice.
Every now and then I'll look at.
It's nice to look at, but like unless you're very, very well off, it's just not gonna happen, really, is it?
I 3D print my own minis.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know that's
fair. I have a friend
quite
who,
cheap, isn't it? The material for 3D printing.
No.
No. Oh, she's shocked.
Oh, for me it is.
I thought it was cheap.
It's quite cheap. The initial
do you
buy-in
use FDM or do you use resin?
We use what's the cable?
FDM.
FDM.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's cheap.
Oh.
I use resin.
You use resin.
If you don't use
here's an
resin,
idea.
you better fuck off, man.
Oh, I have a UV printer that fuels the resin as it prints.
I have an FDM printer too. I can never get that bitch to work. I fucking hate my
I can
FDM
print a
printer.
new boyfriend in 5 hours.
Actually, be more like if you want it to be, if you want it to be accurate, that's more like 20 hours.
I think that's a good. Let's just do that. You print yourself a boyfriend. You print yourself a boyfriend as well, Shaggy, and like you race to build the best.
What
boyfriend.
we race to see who can print the better boyfriend.
I have a boyfriend. I have one, thank you.
Two's better than one. Is two not better than one?
Oh my god. You know what's lucky? You actually get to see him if you knew him. I don't. He lives in London.
That's it. It's my boyfriend now. I see Luna as having the best of everything, even dresses up as a D&D character. Have you done dress up as anything?
I'm just gonna go.
You
I
think
have.
it's called
I
out
was
here.
gonna say, you've
I have.
gonna get fucking bullied here.
One day, I feel like one day I'm
mean-
down for that, but like, I feel like I've got to kind of get a little bit old before before I'm gonna do that. Literally called her out, Maya.
I play a tiefling. I even went out of my way and got a cost tail. If you guys don't know what those are, they are very.
Is it the
Oh.
one that goes in, or is it the one that goes around your hip?
It goes around your
legs.
hip, and every time you walk, it wiggles with it. It's all electronic and stuff. And it doesn't go in my ass, George.
I seen this. I seen a video about this. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
See, I was gonna ask if it can spin around like Tails from Sonic
No.
the Hedgehog. You know,
No.
can you generate lift with it?
I cannot. It's got a strict wire that only goes side to side.
That's cool. That's pretty neat. Yeah, like again, cosplaying is just so expensive, bro. Like I
It
can't get
can be.
into any of these things because like it's just too much. Too much.
That's why a lot of people just make their own shit with like
Yeah.
foam and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Even
Which-
foam's not cheap.
Really not. No.
Maybe like
You know,
cardboard.
I was gonna say
boxes.
these sound deadening panels that I have, I stole them from work.
It's not stealing. You were just getting your value, right? You were just. I'm
Actually,
worth
no, it
these
wasn't
panels.
even stealing. When I worked in an agricultural lab, we used those to like separate a building apart.
I'm sorry. What? I don't lab.
Oh yeah, what?
You're a slut.
Oh,
Which
we're
part
talking
is?
to a BOW like making expert here. You're gonna start the next Resident Evil. Hello.
Oh, is it like a biochemistry lab?
Agricultural, not
Ah.
bioengineer.
Still, I'm just like, wait, what?
Okay, I make the plant grow. I make the
Ah.
scary weed from. I make the scary
Like,
movie weed.
think like
you know,
Little
the
Shop of
shit that
Horror.
rolled up. What's
You
his
do
name?
know in Resident Evil 5 the virus started from a flower, right?
Nope.
It's
Well,
you.
now you do.
You.
Oh man.
You
Oops.
did it. Yeah. So D&D. Like, let's talk a little
Yeah,
bit about D&D,
Back to,
guys.
back to
okay?
D&D, yeah.
You know, let's
Let's
talk
go
a
back
little
to
bit
D&D
about
because I'm
Dungeons
tangenting off.
And Dragons. Okay, because that's a connection that we all three have. Then, even though Shaggy knows nothing about Dungeons and Dragons, he played it Blackout.
I know a little bit.
Knows a little bit. Okay, a little bit about Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so
I'll roll insight.
have you seen about this one D&D thing? So they're 2024. They're stopping every
Yes.
new kind of. So it's not going to be like D&D 2e, 3e, 4e, 5e, 6e, 7e. So D&D 6e.
Yep.
So the new kind of evolution of Dungeons and Dragons is just going to be one D&D, and it's never going to change. It's just going to be a rolling rule system
yep.
that's always going to be D&D 1. That's just like a continuous kind of thing.
Already tell you I hate it because
Don't like
they're
change.
changing. No, it's not that. They're changing the way the rogue and paladin work through it. They're
Okay.
basically nerfing rogue
So
and paladin.
rogue is actually useful for once.
I mean,
Rogue
to be
has always been useful. They've been the glass
Rogue's
cannon.
OP, bro. Rogue's too OP.
Yeah. So now what happens with paladin and rogue? If you crit on a smite or a sneak attack, you no longer get to double your smite or sneak attack damage, which nerfs the shit out of rogue
I,
and
don't know, I
paladin.
think that's fine. I
What? No.
I have played with both rogue and paladins, not as my character, but in my party, and
Mm-hmm.
it's quite frustrating when you're like a pretty decently built, ranger, or you're pretty decently built fighter or barbarian. Maybe not barbarian, because barbarians still do quite a lot of damage, but a fighter or a ranger, and like no matter how much damage you do, and like how many great shots you do, it feels like nothing compared to a rogue that just goes in, sneak attack, double dagger, crit, boom, yeah, and then it's like one shot, and you just be like, no,
But that's the point of
Yeah.
that character, though.
it just doesn't make sense to me though. Like it just, I just think it's a bit. I agree, it's too OP. I'm, unpopular opinion, maybe.
Like,
Mm.
you gotta think about it though. The rogue is the one that's meant to be in the shadows, the quiet one, and they know precisely where to strike to kill the enemy. That's why there's literally the assassin class. So that's their job, to be able to go in and do that much damage. Now with the paladin, Like they're meant to be the ones that just take out the unholy danger. That's what their smite is meant for. So for them to not be able to crit on a smite, especially for undead things, it's ridiculous. It's silly to me.
I mean,
so can they not crit?
Yeah, so is there just no
does
crit,
a
or is it
crit
just not double
deal
damage
double
anymore?
damage?
Basically, well, that is your crit. When you crit, you're supposed to double all dice. And so you're basically...
So like for a sneak attack, this is the issue. For a sneak attack, you do the damage for the roll and then the sneak attack damage. And when you crit, you do double damage and sneak attack damage, which is like...
Yeah, you double
it's
all dice.
so much, right? Whereas like if you crit, you should maybe just crit on the
double
thing that
initial damage.
You know, the initial damage or or the sneak attack damage, or you know, just not as much. Like I'm sure you can still see the thing, right? The thing is, realistically, D&D, you can just do what you want to. You know, if you wanted to make rogues OP,
I can
carry
fill
on doing it.
I know I can fill a book up with a fireball spell and just throw it on the ground and destroy a room.
Fireball.
Yeah, so what you can actually, fun fact, you can do a rune of storing, that's a spell, and store
That's
fireball.
that's what I'm thinking of.
Yep, you store fireball on every single page. It takes you a few days to make it, and you have that rune of storing have a trigger word. You put the book down. You put magic mouth next to said book, and you've just made a nuclear bomb.
Yo,
I've seen that, and that's my
Talia.
point there. And it's like, yeah, so
Yeah.
I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons since 3.
Since too long. I'm very new. I'm very, very new. Shadow Muchka, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. How you doing, guys? the thing with me, that I think I am not against anything. So like Pathfinder, like what I think it's great for what it is. It's just like a flavor, and I think D&D 5e is a flavor. The main thing is like, you know, I think 1D&D as like just like a base rule system that's just going to be like overarching is just kind of like a way to be like, these are the guidelines that we use. But just like everything that whenever D&D's brought out stuff, it's kind of just like, you know, use this as a guide, not as like rules. And like for me, that's one of like the things that I dislike about players in my party, or players or DMs or things like that. The ones who are so like rule Nazis.
Lawyer.
Yeah, like a rule lawyer. They're just like everything, you know, it's got to be perfect. And if the DM makes a mistake, then they're like jumping down the DM's throat, like, what about this? You gotta do that. You're just like,
And that's when you go.
I'm gonna
"Shut
say,
the fuck up,
I feel like we're
now."
coming full circle a bit here on
shit.
people arguing about different interpretations of the exact same book.
put your Bible away.
Oh, we have technically gone full circle there on, you know,
there we go.
people do argue about, you know,
Yeah.
different interpretations of the D&D rulebook, correct?
It's actually a rule in D&D. I can't remember the exact ruling of it, but it's all like, basically it's like you have fun, you make shit up, and if people screw up, you just throw Tiamat at them. Have fun. If you guys don't know who Tiamat is, she is the mother of all dragons. She's a 5-headed dragon, one of each color, and she's basically the evil god of D&D.
Yeah, I've seen the, didn't they put Tiamat in, this stream is sponsored
Raid
by
Shadow
Raid
Legends.
Shadow
Yeah,
Legends.
yeah. I feel
I
like
was gonna
maybe
say, didn't
they
they
did.
put
That
Tiamat
seems
in,
familiar. That seems familiar.
Yeah, I swear they did a, or did they just call it the Hydro?
Why I called it the Hydra.
Can't remember. I don't know. I don't play Raid Shadow Legends. I just see the
I don't
ads.
either.
I played it one time because I was sponsored. It was pretty good.
They're
Pretty good,
trying
yeah.
to get me to do it. They're like, hey, you sponsored. I'm like, fuck off. I'm not a seller.
It's pretty good money though. It's pretty good money.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Because it's like so. For example, I did a Genshin sponsorship, and like what they were asking.
I saw.
I
some of the prices.
realized afterwards it was so much effort. Like it was like they wanted you to download a like 17 gigabyte mobile game. They wanted you to play almost like an hour's worth of gameplay just to be counted towards the sponsorship, right? So to ask anyone to download a 17 gigabyte game on a mobile, most of us don't have that space because we've got a gallery that's full of chicken photos, right?
I'm so guilty of that.
But like Raid Shadow Legends, when I got sponsored by them like a while ago, it was very much just like
This is what
somebody in
people
my stream
want.
literally made
I
like
am a
8
thought.
accounts. Just went different email address,
do
make an
anything
account,
for subs.
boom, 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 play for like 10 minutes. It was literally like a 10-minute
Oh,
small game, 10-minute gameplay, and then you get it adds towards it. And I'm like, for me that was like way worth it because I think I got like $500 or something for the sponsorship. To if you got like 35 or 45 or like if you got however many people they were trying to get on to play the game, you get like pretty decent money from it.
You get a commission for like each threshold you break through.
Yeah. So like I was always like I've always said like I don't have anything against. What the heck, Shadow? Shadow Mudshka's posted me twice. Sussy Baka, Shadow. Yeah, the mobile game was like 17 gigabytes.
Yeah, it's not.
It pretty much was 17. It was like 15 plus the initial download was like 2.5, 2.5. I like breaking thresholds. Yeah, so like I think I don't dislike change. Like I would personally, if I had a DM who was wanting to play D&D and they were like, "We're gonna play 2E," I'd be like, "Yeah, okay," and then just guide me on like how to play 2E. I think whatever people's preferences are, they should be able to do it, and I think it makes more sense to just have like from going forward to just have like going forward to have the to just have like one thing because it is a bit confusing when I'm trying to get people into my D&D campaign now. I'm speaking to them like, oh well, I only ever played 3E and like I only played 2E and I played 4E, and you're like everyone's on these different things, whereas like going forward it'll just be everyone has just played D&D, whatever it is, D&D 1 D&D. So I think it will work out in the long term because it's been around for a long time. It's gonna be around for a long time. So let's just make it like a simple, this is what the rules are, and it's just, it's just fluid.
Yeah, just make it universal. Like healthcare, am I right?
Yeah, I think, did they not do this? I'm fairly sure I seen a thing where they do this because they did this because of Stranger Things, because Stranger Things obviously got really popular, and then obviously in the episodes of that where they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, everyone was like, oh my, and then you had like people flocking to D&D.
And then the elitism comes out of which version of D&D are they playing.
Yes,
this is clearly the best one.
Well, it's not even that. So a big issue that's also been coming up about this is all the other games like Pathfinder, all those ones are like, oh, you only play D&D because you found it popular in pop culture because of Critical Role, because of Stranger Things. It's not the best system. Just try a different system. Like,
Right,
I'm sorry,
GURPS
your
is better.
system.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry your system didn't get spotlighted. I'm sorry. I'm glad you like your system. Don't shit on other people for trying D&D.
Yeah. I just think I'd be willing to try. Like I played Pathfinder Kingmaker, the Steam game, and it wasn't like it was like a little bit different to like normal D&D, but I was like, I know somebody who's playing Pathfinder and it's like in space and like because it's so vast you can literally just do like anything in those things, and I think it's brilliant for me like Pathfinder's kind of like when you've got Skyrim but you've like got the mods and you can just mod whatever you want, and I think that's brilliant. If I was like, dude, let's play fucking Cyberpunk with D&D, that would be Pathfinder. You wouldn't do 5e.
No, you can.
I know you can, but like it would probably be more.
You can, but
it
why
would
would
be more
you?
available,
Easier.
and there'd be less things you'd have to like make up and write in and stuff. So like, like the things with my campaign that I'm just like, homebrewing and like, making things up. But, to a lot of people who are probably new to D&D, they don't know about homebrew, and you can, mix in homebrew with 5e and with a rule set and things like that. So.
Yeah, which was why I think I'd mentioned this to you before, Curse of the Ash Golem. Which was a contingency plan when I was drunk playing D&D, because I set fire to an entire room.
It's really easy.
And they were like, can you stop doing that? I'm like, no. Okay, you find a bag full of ash, and that contaminates you with the Curse of the Ash Golem, which was pretty much just a way of the DM saying, if you fuck around anymore,
you'll find out.
You'll find out.
Yeah, pretty much similar to, because I think, what was it? Because you couldn't run away from it because it can squeeze through a 1-inch hole without squeezing, or whatever.
Because it's made out of ash.
It's made out of ash. Pretty much, yeah. Unstoppable force
1-inch hole
that you're really not prepared for. Please stop fucking up.
Yeah, I think that's great that you can, but at the same time,
like
I
the
think...
homebrews.
I think
get
it's
really
good to
creative.
give. I think it's good to give people a chance with D&D because, like, you never know. But I'm very much like, you know, at the end of the day, if someone isn't, you know, built for your session or whatever you're in, so like, obviously they were kind of saying like, you're not really,
I was gonna say,
you're
I
not an
think I was
ideal
playing-
candidate here, Shaggy, for this campaign kind of thing because
No.
you're fucking around too much, and it is like I was quite like thing about you know, inviting people to my campaign because I was like, right, if I invite Hef, like me and Hef, like when on my like subathon, I did like a really long, I got my DM to just, you know, theater of the mind, just think of like a kind of, you know, one of those things where you like have a book and it's like turn to page this kind of thing. So yeah, it was very much like I was like, and Hef, as soon as we were in, was like, I'm gonna cast Fireball on Kira. I'm gonna cast Fireball on this. Fireball! Kill them! Stab them! And it was just like, you know, like, that's alright for a laugh, but if people are putting a lot of effort into a campaign, and you've just got somebody who's like, kill it! Fireball! This person just said I was ugly. Fireball! You know, there's consequences, you know? And you're not the only person who...
I was gonna say, this is why I don't like Shaddy, by the way. If you see this in the in chat at the moment.
What, talking about D&D?
This is
The
what
alternate
people
accounts.
want.
Oh, they
I'm a
alternate
bot.
accounts? Ah, okay.
I
They're
will do
alternate
anything
accounts.
for subs.
Ah, I see. Shaddy.
That's why it's like he's a nuisance, and then he goes, "You have no evidence," and it's like the evidence is that your alt accounts have your name in them.
I've paused the alerts, but it's still sometimes some things come through. But it's fine. We just ignore it. We carry on. Enjoy. You know. Yeah. Luna, you were saying you're doing a Resident Evil.
Yes.
Resident Evil campaign. I'm interested about how this would go.
I've basically taken. Oh, hold on, lamp it. I need that.
I need a lantern in my life.
Okay. So, okay, well, fine. Fuck you, chatbot. Whatever. I've completely rewritten 5e to fit this Resident Evil campaign.
Okay.
It's taking me a lot longer than I had hoped, but because I've taken bits from modern, because there is modern D&D out there. It's a book. You can find it. It's difficult to find, but it's there. It basically changes how you heal, that kind of stuff. So I've taken bits from that, and I've taken bits from other campaigns. I can't remember what it was called, but Tabletop Time. They're fantastic. I love watching them. They did a Resident Evil campaign. I kind of took some inspiration from that too, but it wasn't based off D&D. It was based off another set where the only dice you actually use is the 6-sided dice. That's the only one you use.
Okay. I've heard it's terrible dice.
But then how will I roll my nat 20s with my totally not
No.
weighted dice?
So what you do with that is technically in that one you get successes is what it is. The DM's like, okay, I'll need 5 successes from you, and you'll roll your d6, and if it's a 4 to 6, it's a success. If it's anything less than that, it's a failure. So if you, let's say your perception, you get a 7 to it, so you roll 7 d6s, and the DM will be like, I need 5 successes from you. You roll, you get 6, you just barely passed it.
That seems
That kind of
excessive. Seems way excessive.
Yeah.
It can be, but it's just a
I was
different
gonna
system.
say,
Yeah, it's
6
different.
passes seems excessive, but I know it's just being used as an example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where like the DM will be like, okay, you want to lockpick the door rather than rolling a nat 20 in something perception. Is that what you used? What do you use to
No,
lockpick a
you
door in
use
D&D?
sleight of hands. Or
Sleight of
your
hand.
lockpicking kit.
Yep. Yeah, so rather than that, it'd be like, yeah, it's an easy lock, so 1 success. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Oh,
that
higher
sounds
than
okay. Yeah. That sounds... I get that. I think if you just use that mentality, but for like other things, you could probably definitely get that sorted. So yeah, freaking Resident Evil. So like, do you have like the, you know, is it like the start of an outbreak? Is it deep into the outbreak? Like, what are you doing?
The way I've got it set for the story currently is it's heavily inspired by Resident Evil 5.
I am.
It's heavily inspired by Resident
This
Evil
is
5.
what people want.
And
I am a
what I'm having my
bot.
players do is they're part of
I
a
will do
team called
anything
Nexus.
for
So it's
subs.
basically a anti-bio-terrorism kind of group.
Okay.
And I told them straight off the bat, I'm like, first off, it's gonna be like a debrief, and then you're going to be playing what's the one with the bald guy with the barcode on the back of his neck? He's an
Hitman.
assassin.
Agent
Yep.
47.
Yep, that's it. It's you're gonna immediately get your debrief, and it's gonna be Hitman, and then from there, it's gonna go into Resident Evil. So the idea I have for my people is they're gonna go in for like this banquet dinner, charity party kind of thing, and their target is there. What my players don't know is he's slowly releasing the virus called the Black Fog into this room. And what's gonna happen is everyone's going to become infected, even my players.
Oh god.
They're going to have to fight off the infection while looking for this guy throughout the campaign to try and stop him. And what I've told all of my players is secretly send me your blood type, because this virus goes off of blood type. And depending what blood type they pick is what kind of infections they're going to have to go through and have to suffer through.
That's dirty. That's dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm excited to keep up. If you can, though, if you get the option to like do highlights, highlights from the stream, definitely post those on YouTube. I'll check out them highlights. That's what my intention is for my campaign. Is I'm gonna have like the full session, and then like
We're just gonna have a compilation of me doing this.
Oh yeah, just like
just a compilation. Just put it to Mr. Sunshine of me just fucking every time I reach to it.
And like a beam. I'll edit a beam of light going down onto.
Yeah. Bro, let's get some god rays in here.
I think you'd be good just doing like a. You should definitely just do a cleric character, just but like a really Catholic cleric, highly Catholic cleric that's just like.
Oh yeah. Yes, the holy
scripture.
cleric of throwing it back
I,
in the name of the Lord.
I don't have magic in my Resident Evil campaign. So you can't heal that
that's
way. Because
interesting.
it's set in the modern world. Resident Evil doesn't have magic.
I have holy hand grenades that I don't fucking know are filled with healing spray. There we go.
Yo, psychological. Thank you for the raid. How you doing?
I've created my own homebrew now. I have
There you
holy
go.
hand grenades of healing
Holy-
spray.
That you probably could, 100%.
Actually, the way I would allow that to happen is you would have to fill a bottle with holy water,
Yes.
and then basically you can use it as a Molotov, but it's with water.
There you go.
Yes,
Molotov,
and it.
holy Molotov.
I would argue the point of I would like it to do moderate to lackluster damage, just for it to do damage and heal at the same time.
How could
So,
a
okay,
hand
to
grenade
make
heal, bro?
Actually, I have a Dragonborn that can do that kind of stuff. So the way I would do it is basically it does 1d6 plus, let's say 4, and whether your allies are inside the bubble or enemies, you could choose whether they heal or get
Exactly.
damage.
That sounds pretty cool.
Because the reason why I know it could happen is because I play a Dragonborn that recently got blessed by Bahamut, which is the good dragon deity in D&D. And I now have my breath went from acid to radiant because of this new blessing, and I have a choice of doing radiant damage to my enemies, or I could just turn around and blast my teammates with my radiant breath and heal them.
That sounds. I mean, yeah, I'm down for that. Breathe on me,
My-
daddy.
Oh yeah, you know what? Every time I go to heal them, just because of you, Jordan, I'm just gonna go "Hoi!" as I breathe.
Oh yeah.
My DM has made that character so broken. Normally, my DMs hate me because I make broken characters. My DM made that one broken specifically. I'm like, okay, you know what? This is fine.
I'm okay with this. Dragon Age Inquisition healing hand grenade.
I was gonna say yeah, because I was thinking of
holy hand grenade.
good old Monty Python with the holy hand grenades of Antioch. You know.
Jesus Christ.
Monty Python. So, Shaggy, this blurry. Blurry. You went blurry.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
I'm
my
so
camera
sorry,
just
that's-
fucking up.
Um,
Probably my
Shag-
spirit.
Tell us about Shaggy's been playing this game. Okay. And
Oh no.
it's kind of sus, all right? Because the only way
Oh.
you can get this game is by paying like 400 Australian dollars.
So that was during a key shortage that's
What?
actually been sorted out now. It's only $100 now
Oh,
for
fuck.
Evolve.
What the fuck?
So it's
What
called
do we-
Evolve. Was it Evolve 2?
It's called Evolve, and the current iteration is called Evolve Stage 2, which came out in 2018, I think. And then the servers pretty much died in the same year. It killed 2K Australia. It was like actually the last Australian produced video game.
Wait,
Hmm.
I thought, not Bioshock, sorry, what is it? The fuck, why can't I think of it? It's the one...
Bioshock Infinite is Australian made.
It is, but that's not the one I was
Borderlands
thinking
is
of.
also.
Borderlands pre-sequel killed 2K. Australian 2K.
That was because of the stolen artwork, which was one of them things that yeah, it turns out that my a cousin that I don't quite know may have been related to the stolen artwork thing, because my grandma was like, one of your cousins is going to federal court, and I'm like, what about? Oh well, he works for a game company. I'm like, what?
Your
Why
claim to
wasn't
fame.
this
Is that
mentioned
your
before?
claim to
I
fame?
because I talked to her before, like before she passed away and stuff. I'm like, you know, I stream and do stuff online. I play video games.
You would think it
Grandma,
would come
why
up,
did this
yeah.
miss?
Yeah, you think that would come
Why
up.
did this like not register in your head? Why is it now?
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
didn't even
I
know
actually
Guardians
was-
of the Galaxy was still in artwork.
I was
Sorry, go ahead.
watching the game, and like the game in itself looks kind of fun. It looks pretty good.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah,
You know, you complain about it a lot while you play.
I complain about the people because
Oh yeah, because of the racism.
the game
Yeah.
is very much in an unfinished state. Okay,
Yeah, because
It's very-
see,
it's
Shaggy
very
has
sad.
Shaggy has a problem with Asians in the game. That's what he said to me.
Then don't play Resident Evil 6. Half of that game takes place in
live
China.
on stream. He was like, "These damn
I've played
Asians."
Resident Evil 6 actually. I pre-ordered Resident Evil 6. I have. Where is it?
What's
I've bought
Hang on,
Resident
let me-
Evil
let me
6
just go
5
off.
times.
Go
What's
off
Resident
kilter
Evil
here.
6? What is Resident Evil 6?
Resident Evil 6
that's
is
the bad one.
probably one of the worst Resident Evil games made, but I love it. I still love it. All of the levels are co-opable.
Oh, is that the one? Is that the one where you're in like the
Some of the levels
favela?
are 4-player co-op. Don't forget that.
Is that the one
Actually,
where...
some of them are 6-player.
Oh well.
Thank you for correcting me.
You're welcome.
I like the fact I'm just gonna keep popping in and out of the screen while I like stare at my game collection.
Resident
it's-
Evil 6. Let me look this up. Resident Evil... I think
It's
this is
the one that has. It's the one that the logo looks like a camel getting a blowjob.
no,
Or-
I didn't.
or a
I didn't
giraffe,
play- I
but
didn't
yeah.
play this.
Sorry, a giraffe. Sorry, yes.
I'm thinking of Resident Evil 5.
I don't have it in front of me. Where is it? It must be in my cupboard.
I love Resident Evil 5 too. That
Yeah,
one's
Resident
good.
Evil
That
5
one's
was
also
pretty
co-op.
good.
Here it is. There you go.
That's
So
Why is yours
Yes, it is.
different looking?
'Cause
There it is. Yeah,
it's the
the giraffe getting a blowjob.
the
giraffe getting a
yeah, it's a
blowjob.
giraffe getting a blowjob. It is. Resident Evil is my kind of
Um,
game. I don't know. I think Resident Evil. It's not for everyone, but it's.
But yeah, no, this is from the collector's edition.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry you got the collector's edition of that one.
It came with a shitty laptop. It came with like a shitty laptop bag. I do admit that the front art is at least kind of nice, but it's like
Yeah,
so
that's nice.
ambiguous you don't quite know what game you're getting.
Yeah, it
Right.
looks like almost Dead Space.
Fun fact: Resident Evil
I'd
4
say Dying
inspired
Light
Dead
actually,
Space.
because it has what's it?
Lucky giraffe.
Some building structure in the center of the dude's body.
Ah, it does.
Oh,
yeah.
I know what building that is. Okay, that makes sense.
Nakatami.
it's
Nakatami
the one in
Tower.
Chinatown or wherever it is.
Yep.
Nakatami
It's the-
Plaza.
It's one of the biggest
That
ones
really
you
good
fight.
Christmas
It's
movie.
Tiananmen Square. I'm kidding. No, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, so like that Evolve game, pretty cracked, but you know, let's be honest, no one's gonna pay $100. I mean, obviously you paid $100, but you know,
Actually, it might be cheaper for Americans. Just saying.
I don't know. I feel
$100
like
Australian, and it'll be a little bit cheaper.
yeah, like 80
Be
or
like
80
90.
US or something. For sure. Like, well, horror games. I think we've Shaggy, have you played horror games? I imagine.
Yes, but I'm really bad at what would you call it?
games?
I'm really bad at being scared.
Like you're a bad
It
scared
sounds.
person.
It's like I'm not scared. I groan. I go like a lot, and then eventually like that scared portion of my brain just shuts off, and it's like, okay.
Oh, so
What now?
you're not giving good reactions, is what you're saying. So you
I don't give good reaction content to being scared.
I'm just too easily scared. Like I have like
just
entire
easy.
compilations of like
I
jump
think
scares.
I'm Australian. That's the problem.
I just get jump scared too. I don't get it because like if I was in Australia, I'd be scared of everything. I'd be like everything's trying to kill me.
Have
dude.
you? I was gonna say, have you seen how huntsman spiders run?
No, thank you.
They do like
Yeah.
they run weirder than wolf spiders. Okay.
You could probably like Photoshop some like boots on top of the on the spider's feet,
Yeah,
and it'd be
it's
like,
pretty much like when you put. Imagine putting socks,
no,
On a dog.
Talia.
and then this cat has 8 legs, and it just does the
Like-
weird sock walk.
You know, think of it like this: the spider's running, right? But the ground's too hot for it to step on. It's like ow, 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 and it just keeps going.
Yeah,
No, thank you. If I seen that coming
So
at me,
if you're in Australia, never go to the bathroom. It depends where you are. If you're in
Snakes, yeah.
If you're in the northern part of Australia, you got to watch out for snakes in the bathroom. If you're in the southern part, you got to watch out for spiders and also snakes in the bathroom.
Nice.
You got to
and
watch
then,
out for
then a
golden orb
kangaroo could
weavers
bust
and,
your door
like,
down and kick you in the face. It's always that.
Oh lord.
kangaroos aren't actually that big of an issue outside of population.
Okay.
Let's be real. Australia went to war with emus and lost.
Let's be real. Tell me a war where someone lost 100,000 people and still considered it a
Still
win.
won. You're just like,
Okay.
bro, we might have lost, but we still killed the fuck out of
We
100,000.
lost. We lost. We had no casualties. But we lost.
But then again,
Okay?
there was only like 5 people fighting the war.
It was 3.
Okay.
It was 3 people.
3
it was,
heroes that will always be remembered.
It was a I can't remember, commander and two privates, I think, and they went out with a bunch of machine guns and just pretty much pinch the jeep, grab a couple of machine guns and a fuck ton of ammo. Let's go out.
So is it Australian emu?
The Great Emu War, yeah.
Yeah, the Great Emu War.
The Australian Great
Australia
Emu
also
War.
made submarines of all things during
What, to
the
kill
war.
the emus?
No, that was the which war was that? That was to kill the I don't know. But yeah, we used to make submarines for some godforsaken reason. And so you know where Australia is located?
Mm-hmm.
We made submarines in South Australia, as in on the underside. So you have to then put it in the water, take it all the way around the country, refuel it at Queensland, and then send it off to whichever military had bought it.
That's rough. That's rough.
Hey.
Yeah, that's a lot of fuel.
And it's like,
Bud. Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Psych. That's insane.
Yeah, big brain strats there, man.
Yeah,
That way you can charge more because you have to refuel it.
What's you guys'
Yeah.
favorite horror game?
Condemned.
Favorite
Yeah.
horror game? I would say Dead Space of all things.
I tried
that?
playing
Which isn't-
Dead Space a little bit.
Fun fact,
I
Resident
don't-
Evil 4 inspired Dead Space. Fun fact.
I still stand by it. I think like Outlast is like such an amazing game.
some
Oh, that's great.
I'll admit, yeah,
Damn,
Outlast
she
was
needs
pretty
some
good.
milk.
Like
That's why I
Outlast,
think,
and even like
um,
I haven't played it, but I saw someone play through the DLC for Outlast one,
Whistleblower.
Whistleblower, and I was like, that one looked really good as well. And I was like, damn, like
I love Whistleblower because the groom is one of my favorite killers.
sounds good. Sounds good.
So this will probably be more horrifying for the men, but the groom, what he did was because it was like an all-male prison, except there was a little section for females, but they didn't get to cross over. So what the groom would do would take male inmates, make them into women, and try to make find the perfect bride for him. That's why he was called the groom.
It's so weird. The hell?
He was so cool. I loved him to death,
Creepy.
dude.
He's my hero.
I'd shoot the shit out of him in my playthrough. He got stuck in a corner and I ran away.
What was? Sorry. Yep.
Anal.
Anal.
That's what you were gonna say.
Never tried it.
Have you tried it?
Never
Finger in
tried
the
it.
bum. Finger in the bum.
I put my thumb there once, and she was like, "You do that, and I will break it off." And I was like, "That's my hand," and she was like,
That's my hand.
"That's my hand." I was gonna say, "Gee, why am I missing the end of my thumb?"
She was the
nun
one.
sneezed.
She fucked your
Yeah.
thumb up, bro. Yeah.
No.
No. Have you guys heard about the Twitch announcement? So Twitch made an announcement, and everyone's like saying loads of stuff about this thing, and I'm like, you know, it's kind of wrong. What everyone's so like, yeah. Let me pull it up here.
Yeah, bring it up on stream because I am actually watching. I'm watching myself and realizing
too.
I'm mirrored.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great. The mirror.
It's great
Mhm.
because then I'll look at the stream and I'll be like, "Ah, yes. Oh wait,
Here we go.
there's nobody here."
All right, so it's gonna be difficult to read, but I'll just put it here, stick my head above it. But yeah, this I don't know if chat can see this. Can chat see it? No, maybe. Can you zoom in enough?
Oh, multi-streaming is now a thing.
Right, that's the thing, right? This is what they've said.
But the
But if you
terms
read,
and conditions, I assume.
so right, this is the issue, right? They've released this thing, and everyone's like, Twitch W, amazing. Multi-streaming's now possible. Multi-streaming's great. Yes, Twitch W, well done, Twitch. But if you get to the third paragraph, it's like,
Yeah,
just to
say,
clarify,
third
you
paragraph?
still can't
Yeah, they're
multi-stream.
really banking on
They just, so like, people have just like glance read. Which you know, you do. You skim read the first bit and you're like,
which you do.
brilliant.
You read pretty much. There's a rule to writing that's kind of followed with newspapers that's kind of ingrained into us that most important information first, and then as you go down,
Oh yeah, well they
gets less
they
and
left
less
the important stuff to third. This one was more like, you know.
And that's
clickbait.
very much it. Is that is so fucking sneaky.
Yeah, I'll quickly read this out for everyone so that if you can't read it, it says starting today, you are now allowed to create live content on other platforms. That means you have more flexibility to explore how to use different off-platform features to further build your community and interact with streamers off Twitch. So just to confirm, we can already do that. We're already able to create other live content on other platforms. Like, that's not part of the issue, but the way they worded this was to make it seem like, oh, now I can multi-stream. And it says, when we first developed the partner program, we felt it was important for streamers to focus solely on Twitch for live stream to build their communities. We still believe that Twitch is the best place for creators to build and engage with their community. We also recognize that the digital landscape has changed since we first introduced the partner program, and that many of you engage with communities in many different places. So we are updating our policy. We will no longer be enforcing this portion of your agreement, and we'll be updating terms over the next year. So, like, they're actually changing nothing. Like, the Twitch exclusivity clause.
Now here's another thing I want to point out about it. That's just the partner program.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, but
That's not the affiliate agreement.
It kind of means the same. Like, they're
I understand, yes, but
like
from
semantics.
someone who, I see the semantics here, and it's like, because pretty much every time affiliates get something that the partners had beforehand, you see massive outrage from the partners on like with animated emotes. There was a bit of outrage on affiliates getting animated emotes. What else was it? Running ad breaks, I think, was also something that got a bit of lashback. I'm trying to think of what the big one is.
They have loads. Like, they're complete, you know.
Mid-roll ads are actually like the worst fucking thing on Twitch.
They're complete tone deafness when it comes to like LGBT kind of things. It's very commonly.
Oh yes, the streamer survey. The streamer survey. I looked at it, went through it, and went, I have a feeling that if I fill this out, I'll get shadow banned because it's like, I'm a straight white male, so I'm just not gonna touch this.
The whole thing was
I filled it out and I didn't get shadow banned, so it's fine.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yes, but you're not a straight white male.
I'm a straight white female.
Is your name Karen?
It's Kelsey, but no.
Oh, almost. Imagine you'd have been so
Ooh.
upset if her name was actually Karen right there. God
I
damn.
would have been like, well, there you go.
All right,
There
let's
you
get-
go.
let-
You can
let-
always
let me
speak
just-
to a manager.
Let me just finish reading this. Okay, we've only got halfway through. We've got the half
Sorry.
of the crack that everyone read. The other half says, to clarify, we do not allow simulcasting on web-based Twitch-like services that support streaming for extended periods of time, such as YouTube or Facebook, because we believe engaging in 2 streams at once can lead to a suboptimal experience for your community. I hate that, because they're literally saying, like, we only make it like impossible for you to do because we want the best for you, and we think that it's not best for you to do that, so we're not gonna let you do it. Like, I hate that they're trying to like make it seem like it's
gaslighting.
because they're they're literally gaslighting us.
You're literally
It is
gaslighting.
very much it's gaslighting, and I think a part of it might be because of YouTube having better what would you call it? A better split.
Discoverability. Oh, it's a better split as well. Yeah,
It's a better split.
However, we know many of you still want to use other services to grow your community, so simulcasting on short-form mobile services such as TikTok or Instagram Live is allowed. So they're just thinking like, you know, I'm not gonna lose this streamer to TikTok and Instagram Live, as like they're not gonna quit Twitch to go to there, but they would quit Twitch to go to YouTube or Facebook if they did well on those platforms. So that's sussy. We're committed to having open dialogue with you. We hear your thoughts and questions. Yeah, so that's like the latest news from Twitch, which I think is
Yikes.
it's once again yikes. And like they know what
Yeah.
they did. They know what they did because it worked, and everyone was like, yes, we can now multi-stream. But like that's literally not what it says. Like, but like.
No.
But like it's just
Well,
very
and-
specifically worded to seem like that, which is making me sus. Are they gonna crack down on it now and like enforce?
They might.
to screw
Might.
people over because they know that this was misinterpreted or like correctly interpreted. I don't know.
Because I actually used to multi-stream before I got affiliate, and I actually read the affiliate agreement, and because this was back when they also had the 24-hour exclusivity deal,
Yeah,
where
Well, at least that's
your
the
live stream
thing,
can't be
yeah.
uploaded somewhere else for 24 hours.
that's definitely what they
Weird.
have. They still have that as a thing where you can't.
Yeah.
But like then you see like XQC and like Ninja, well not Ninja now anymore, but like big streamers,
I was
they
gonna say,
literally
rest in
have
peace, Ninja.
they have editors that just as soon as the stream ends, they're like editing highlights, edit this clips, boom, on
Yep.
on YouTube. They don't get like banned
Yeah.
or they don't get in trouble for it.
No,
No,
because
So-
it's
because those are
technically it's
Twitch's
not
children.
Ninja. It's a fan account called Ninja Clips.
okay, yeah,
and-
maybe, yeah. Like how do
Yeah.
they how would they enforce that as well? That's a good question. Like
It's pretty much you claim ignorance. That'd be the only way to get out
Yeah.
of it.
yeah. Definitely.
It's not me doing it. I don't know anything about it. I'm innocent. La di da. I fucking
Plus,
hate
you also
doing
got to
this.
remember, that's Twitch's
like-
children. They
Yeah,
can't
make
do
so
anything
much
wrong.
money. Yeah, like they make so much money
Exactly.
from them. It's like, yeah, it is a tough one, especially because like as a small creator your voice isn't heard, but also like you do get away with a lot. Like I know there's a lot of things that I probably should have and would have been banned for
Yeah.
in my
Oh, don't
in
worry.
my- in my years of streaming.
I'm very open. I was gonna say, what do you use to get alerts to show up on screen? Because I've been using Triggerfire.
So yes, I
If
use
you've heard of
Triggerfire
that.
is one thing that I use. I use that.
I started using Triggerfire, and the first thing I did was fucking 50,000 point reward. It's called Tomboy Tuesday. It will get me banned.
Yeah,
I don't. Do I want to know? Are you gonna like Tomboy choose what? I don't even like. I can't even consider what that might
I
entail.
will.
No, do not. No, I don't want to get banned. No, stop.
No, I will put it in the chat. In the chat, and
Oh
I'll
my
find. Is it?
What's funny?
Did I download it and save it as Tomboy Tuesday? I did.
Well, you're looking
that's
for
loud.
that.
Natalie,
What's
is it your
funny-
birthday?
I have a folder of memes on my computer that's just
Is it Natalie's birthday today or soon?
Yes. Yes. Pay attention to chat.
I say it's playing like full volume because I'm trying to find it in the folder to just
Oh god.
because when I search for it, it just opens the video.
Have you guys heard of Throne, by the way?
Throne.
I don't
It's
think so.
apparently a new streaming platform, and they literally just sent me an email like, "Hey,
Yes, I
come
remember
join us."
Throne. Throne is not new. It's actually a little bit old. It's a couple
They're
years
trying
old
to
now.
bring me over from Twitch. They're like, "Hey," I'm like, "I'm not even that big of a streamer. Why do you want me?"
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like all those smaller platforms. They're like, it's a tough one because like,
Yeah.
it's I always think, right. Here's my tuppence on it. If you're a smaller creator and you don't have a community already established, I think going on either like multi-streaming or going onto other platforms, like I can't really go from Twitch and start streaming on YouTube or Facebook because like
Right.
I have my community here and like they know what they like, they know what they want to do.
Yeah.
They're not gonna follow me. Like I literally have been posting YouTube videos quite consistently for the past few weeks. I can't get these fuckers to go and even like the fucking YouTube videos. Like it's
Dude, you have a YouTube? What?
I
so
subscribed.
so like
say I'm not even subbed to George's YouTube now. I have
Yeah.
to fucking go do
so
it.
so it's kind of like it's
But
like
yeah,
one of them things like for them to get out of the mindset of like being on Twitch because I understand because I'm in that mindset a lot of the time of like I'll look through the Twitch and look who's live and stuff. So to go from that to like go on to like Trove or Throne or any of these other platforms which they offer 90-10 splits and they offer loads of monetary things, but like it's just, it's a very difficult thing to take. Like I couldn't take the subs and the bits and things I get on Twitch and just magically go, I'm now streaming on Facebook, still give me stars or whatever.
Yeah.
Come or
Right.
everyone come and still give me Facebook stars or all these kinds of things.
Yeah, no.
It's not a thing, but if you're a small streamer who maybe doesn't get many viewers, doesn't have a consistent following and community, I would 100% say just fucking go multi-stream on every platform.
Yeah, multi-stream.
Do everything, go to all the different things, and just grow like a following on a combined basis.
Which is what I did. I streamed on. I used Restream.io to stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, and pretty much when I reached the point of reaching affiliate, I read through the affiliate agreement and made the decision of, do I sign up or do I keep doing this? And I just kind of looked at the following I was getting on Twitch at the time and went, fuck it, money down.
Yeah. I think I have some issues with Restream because like it's quite frustrating to get the different chats from the different things and to have them all like to get them all so you can see them. Like you can't, and then you.
What was worse was I used a single monitor setup back then as well, and I know, which for Restream is a fucking nightmare because the single chat box that shows both Twitch and YouTube on your screen, and then it was like it has invisible mode where it just shows up on your screen, and it doesn't fucking work with like half the games you play.
Doesn't work. Yeah, I had some issues with when I briefly used it because I was like, you know what, Twitch aren't gonna do anything to me if I restream, and I know people who do restream and they're small to medium creators. I don't know a single person who's been penalized for doing it. I don't know a single person who's been penalized for any of that kind of stuff.
I was gonna say, I actually still follow someone on Twitch who used to ViewBot, and he still hasn't been banned.
Wow.
It's very
His
common.
ViewBot no longer works, so I just see him live with one viewer that's obviously himself watching, and just kind of sit there and think to myself, like, how the great have fallen.
Yeah, it is like ViewBot and things.
It's
another thing that's funny, I don't know if you guys ever into this, but like those follow for follow channels that literally just
oh god,
they just promote, like you go into the channel and then like there's somebody who's like, yeah, drop your links, oh like this, go and follow this person, oh this, and like people, and I was like, dude, when I first started streaming, that was the coolest thing to me. I to be fair, on their benefit, I got affiliate in my first week of streaming, and most of that was because I went to this follow for follow thing and was like, oh my god, yeah, this is great. And actually, there's people who still come into my stream and like a core part of the community who I met through that. So like there was, there's some good things, but like obviously nowadays I'm like, oh, horrendous. Like that mentality was so terrible. But it was
what was it before? What was it before tag? It was communities or something, wasn't it? Or groups?
tags.
Where you, rather than
you would put tags on your stream.
before tags.
Before
tags, you could like link to be a community.
Communities, yeah.
That worked amazingly because I was gonna say shady thing to do. Back in the day, you just pick random communities that have like low viewers, like lots of low viewers. Don't do the small streamer community thing because it was like you'd click on it and there'd be some dude there with 15,000 viewers at the very top, and you were like, "There's no point."
Like that's not small.
So you go and you just like rifle through small ones.
Shaggy's
like,
trying to like say that he definitely did the LGBT tag just to get viewers.
oh, definitely.
Yeah,
I did like all the subgroups and stuff as well, and then
him.
and now look at me now, boys.
When I first started streaming, I only had a shitty little laptop that could only either run Project Zomboid, Binding of Isaac, or my art program to stream, and I had to read chat through my fucking phone. I streamed so much that it burned my chat into my phone. Yeah,
that's pretty sick.
You know, the screen beat.
That's pretty sick.
So
yeah.
I love it. Yeah, honestly, like that's the big thing with when you're streaming on laptop or on your mobile. Your phone, it just heats up and it just like implodes.
I know. I tried to do an IRL stream for the first time in Melbourne with another streamer. He had a full setup.
Oh yeah, like,
you know, gimbal, everything, and it was like, how the fuck is your phone not nuclear hot right now? And it's like, it probably was. It was in the gimbal, so he was never touching it as it melted to the case. But yeah, my phone got nuclear hot. We went to a cat cafe as well, and fun fact, I'm allergic to cats, everyone. Great plan.
Yeah.
So I'm having an allergic reaction, my phone is burning my hands as I'm trying to stream. I'm having this horrible time.
I tried to do a phone stream, and that's what happened to my phone. You're getting too hot.
What? Samsung, everybody. Android, eat you out.
Samsung gang.
Dude, literally
I say, how many people are like me where their wallpaper is just black?
I mean, mine used to be just like the default wallpaper, and then I just changed it to Annie and
Turn mine black. I always turn my black, and it's like, I don't get why people are like...
mine. My D&D character.
I think that'd be a good thing to just get everyone's phone backgrounds and post them all in Discord.
Yeah, okay, everyone, what is your lock screen and what is your phone background? Because mine is black. Mine is the abyss. Mine is like everything I have to look forward to in life.
So my lock screen is my D&D character. If it would fucking
turn your brightness down again.
And then
for a second I thought you had a fucking Z fold or whatever the phone is called.
My GTA character is my home screen.
Did you get those commissioned?
Fuck yeah.
How much did you pay for those?
Oh god.
$40 each.
40 to 50. Yeah. I've gotten like.
Is it full? Is it a full OC or is it just the shoulder
headshot?
Shot? Yeah, headshot.
Just the shoulder head. That's all I need for a stream, you know. And honestly, like I do art myself too. I always go for bust or mid waist because I feel like when artists try to cram the entire body into a shot, detail gets lost.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I'm always like, you know what? I'm fine with just half up or just headshot. I'm good with it.
Plus, legs are weird.
Yes, exactly.
Legs are weird to draw.
I mean, I can't draw legs for anything.
Because as much as like,
then again, I can't
do
draw.
Hands,
I can't
do
draw
fingers.
for
It's
anything.
like just give them mittens. You know, you just give them mittens.
Oh,
Everyone has.
Just you gave me a glare. There was a squint of like disgust.
Who? Me?
You, Luna. You. I said like you just give them mittens, and you like squinted at me like this fucking peasant. This peasant can't draw hands.
Honestly, I can't draw
this subhuman filth can't draw hands.
When I first started drawing, I always made my characters have their hands in their pockets. Man, hands were not seen.
That's genius.
Yeah.
What?
That is genius.
I think the human form is pretty cracked anyway, isn't it? Really, like human form is pretty. Like, what even is it? What are we? Like, it's kind of weird.
We're really like we're really fucked up monkeys. Like, not gonna lie.
Start banging the keyboard on. So,
Hands are pretty easy.
I'd say I
Okay,
can
show
weirdly
off.
rotate my shoulders to become monk.
You show off.
Become monkey.
Monkey. Let's wind it down a little bit for the end of the chatting. Let's play the word association game. You know about the word association game, guys?
oh no.
Oh,
All right.
no.
So what I want is some people in the chat give us a word, and we each have to say the first word that comes to mind for that word. Okay. So the word association game featuring chat. Okay.
This is where we get banned right here.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is
So just
This is
pop
how we get
pop a word in the chat, and we'll work through. We'll go Shaggy first, then Luna, then me.
me and the boys getting on the federal watch list.
All right, Shaggy, penis. I mean, what?
Penis. Cock and ball torture. CBT. The
Okay.
cum chalice.
Okay, Luna.
The
Penis.
first word that comes to penis. Pentacle. I don't know. That's what follows it.
Tentacle.
Balls, honestly. Balls is the first thing when I think about penis. Penis balls. Alright, metaphor, Shaggy.
Metaphor. I got nothing. I
Okay,
guess a metaphor
Luna.
for my empty head.
Hypothesis
Yeah.
follows metaphor to me.
Okay, when I think of metaphor, the first thing that comes to head is metapod. Metapod.
Metapod. Metapod.
Alright, ball, Shaggy.
Bowl. Hang on. Background
God.
replacement time.
Oh,
Other people,
no.
other
I'm
people fill in
scared.
for me right now.
I'm scared.
Luna, ball.
Game.
Bowl.
Mine sack.
Bowl.
Oh no.
Oh,
For fuck's sake.
I was very worried that this was going to be something altogether different, Shaggy.
Me
so
too.
I'm kind of glad
Ball.
we went with this. Superman.
Superman. Superman punching through the Joker scene where he fists through his heart.
Fair enough.
That's yeah. I'm like a
There's
big Sorry.
No, you're
Take
fine.
take the floor.
Adultery.
I like I've forgotten what it's bloody called.
Superman Gold Tree.
Adultery. Because they're a band.
Adultery. Adultery?
Sex
Oh,
with Superman.
Adultery.
Oh, doll tree. Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, adultery?
It's a band and they sing a song called Superman.
Ah, okay. Superman, I think.
Three doors down.
Hero.
That's a good one.
Kryptonite.
Nice.
Hmm.
That's true.
That's
Euphoric.
also a drink I get. Euphoric. Oh, okay.
Weed. Yeah.
Harmony.
Oh, yeah. Oxymoron.
My entire existence.
Onomatopoeia.
I think gravy. I also gravy. Corn.
Corn. Wheat. Barley. Canola. Yeah. Lentils. Legumes.
He who walks behind the rose. Children of the corn.
Me, corn is like corn. Corn.
That's
I
the band.
feel like
yeah.
I'm more of an association to Children of the Corn than actual corn.
Salty.
You should. I was gonna say I should bring up some old fucking kid photos of me where I have like the bowl cut thing.
Oh yeah, I had the bowl cut.
The Children of the Corn haircut thing.
Remember H from Steps?
H from Steps.
Oh.
Is this a British thing?
Is Steps not a thing?
It sounds like horse, like where you try to like make a basket, right? And you try to spell the word, right? Is that what you're going on? It's a game.
Yeah,
Ian
sure.
Wilkins,
Oh my
professionally
God.
known as a Welsh singer.
I just had this panic again. Because the guy H from Steps
You're trying
is
to ask
actually
an
called...
Australian about a Welsh singer.
So
We have
H-
no idea who the Welsh are in general.
H from Steps is actually also called Ian Watkins. That's the awkward thing. So this guy, I used to have like this haircut right here.
Oh god.
Oh, the oh fuck, Was it Backstreet Boys that had someone who had hair like that?
Yeah, it was
One of the boy
Backstreet Boys,
bands.
NSYNC.
All the boy bands. That was all the rage back when I was a
Yeah.
kid. Like, yeah, I used to be
Did
in
you
the
get
fucking...
frosted tips too?
I was in the I did when I was in when I was 11. I was going into year 7, which is like 7th grade maybe for you guys in America. So I was literally like the first year of high school or secondary school. I got frosted tips, and you know what? It worked. On that first day, I was like the most popular kid in school, and then what happened was the people who I went to primary school with started like spreading loads of shit and like saying horrible things about me, and then everyone just didn't want to be friends with me, so I just became a complete fucking weirdo and had no friends the entire of my school. But I was, for that one day, I was the most popular kid in school.
You're the cool kid.
The two most attractive girls in my year, both of them were fighting over which one of them was going to be my girlfriend on this first day, literally. And I was like, I don't know, guys. I'm like, let me think about it, because you're both awesome. And then the next day, I was like the most hated kid in school because these fucking horrible cunts from my primary school were just horrible about me. True story. Yeah, that's why that set the tone for my entire school life of being bullied.
I was gonna say you were doing better than me. The only girl that was interested in me in high school was the crazy vegan girl who brought a hammer and a coconut one day
for
lunch, for school lunch.
It was me lunch.
And no boy would have been allowed to get away with that. No boy would have been able to bring like a claw hammer to school and a coconut and been like, "It's to open my lunch."
I mean,
and it's like, of course, the weird vegan girl who worked at KFC.
That's hilarious.
Is the one who can do that and get the fuck away with it. Let's see, what other things were trendy in high school? Parkour? Did anyone else get parkour?
Ironic
Look at me.
parkour.
Ironic parkour.
I'm a
Luna,
beach ball.
Luna
No.
used to do parkour. You definitely. You look like a
I used to
parkour
do
kind of gal.
parkour. We used to run, jump on the bins, get on the roof, get yelled at, do drugs.
Drugs. What did you do in school?
I just see drugs in chat and I'm like, yeah, that was high school.
See, for me, I was like part of the weird anime art group, so no one talked to us or anything, and I just hung out in the glass blowing room because we had glass blowing at my high school. That's just
Glass
what I did.
blowing?
Cool.
Yeah. We had glass blowing at my
Is it
school.
glass blowing like super dangerous?
It can be, but I made this in my glass blowing class.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
A little Navi.
Exactly.
We had electrical, and actually, hang on. There's
I've
a little
just
skill
replied.
tester thing I made.
Nice. That's dope.
See, I think
it just sits up there now till
yeah.
the end of time.
I did have some craft things that I used to keep, and then I became homeless as well. I don't want to like.
George became homeless.
Tone down. Yeah, I became homeless and just didn't have anything. I had like no possessions, so like, but like it's kind of a blessing because like now I'm not attached to things. Like I don't give. You know, get rid of it. Like I feel like.
Yes. Okay, so
collecting
George is
and being
now just
attached.
alluding to one day going out for milk for 15 years.
Oh yeah,
You know,
that's
he's
it.
got like Pokemon cards hung up behind him.
Yeah, this is just.
I was say,
this
I
is-
have no need for physical possessions.
No, this is from
As I frame.
I had like a little phase. On stream.
I think that's called depression.
Yes,
Oh, no.
actually. Well, no, you know.
When I get in depression, everyone knows because I start playing Ark for 24 hours and
Oh
then
yeah,
some.
that's rough.
So if you ever see
Oh,
him
God.
streaming Ark, you know I've hit a depression phase.
I've tried explaining this to like some people I know who, like, when nothing except like a game gives you any kind of feeling for a long period of time, like you should probably go and speak to somebody. like
Yeah,
if you've got
Like
depression,
honestly, yeah, Warframe is bad for that because I used to do 24-hour runs.
yeah.
You'd go to level cap, you know, which
Create a new account, do it again.
Oh god, I never got that bad to the point where I made a new account and had to put another 5,000 hours down.
That's dirty. Dirty.
But yeah, Luna casually dies.
Oh no, I was getting my Charmander off the floor that fell. My articulated
Oh
Charmander.
no.
Oh yeah. You
These are
print
some
this
of the
one?
things I. Yeah,
Oh,
print these guys.
it's a little cute. All right, guys. I'm interested. With two things before we go. First of all, do you guys have any random trivia or random kind of things that you know that you think's really cool and interesting that you'd like to partake, to like pass on to the chat?
Okay, yeah, actually, I just went down a Resident Evil spiral like 2 days ago, and I watched like several different videos on it. But fun fact, Resident Evil 4, there was 4 different versions of it when it was in first like development. There was one, the stylish version, that was the first one that came out. It was supposed to be about these 2 brothers that were related to Spencer, and they were going to go on this adventure. Well, they eventually scrapped that idea, and it became Devil May Cry. And the 2 brothers were named Dante and Virgil. Fun fact, the first Resident Evil 4 mock-up became Devil May Cry.
Is it like the same makers or something?
Yep, same Capcom. They both made Devil May Cry and Resident Evil.
That's pretty interesting. I did not know that. All right, Shaggy. Random information or fact or trivia or something? Yes,
Should I
it could
pull
be
up the
about
Bible?
Jesus. It could be about Jesus, our Lord and Savior. Or it could be about something else.
Bible good. I suck at being put on the spot because I'm not even being put on the spot. It's literally just like I'm being left to think while someone else prattles, and I'm like, oh
You need time to
god.
think. I can release another Resident Evil fact.
Go ahead and give us
Yep,
another
do
one
it.
while he's thinking.
Okay,
Give
so
us-
while you're thinking, in the original Resident Evil 2, welcome was spelled with 2 L's. In the remake, they took down one of the L's and put it on Leon's desk. Also, if you play Dead by Daylight, you can find the same Easter egg in the Dead by Daylight Raccoon City map.
What? So like the elves on the desk? Or is
The
it
L
the
is
wall?
on Leon's desk, yes.
Okay.
Because they're like, they went to spell welcome with 2 L's. They took down one of the L's and just
Yeah.
put it on Leon's desk.
But like,
I
Would
do
that be
have
better
a
if
random
somebody-
fact.
go ahead.
Sorry,
I'm ready.
go ahead, Jordan. No,
No,
you
I
were
was going
talking.
to say, it'd be
I'll
good
be
if they
quiet.
just changed the W in welcome to a H, and then just like, you know, had it's like welcome, but like it's actually hell. Come, you know. I'm thinking.
Jesus.
So my random fact is that wheat can actually turn purple from a lack of phosphorus in the ground.
Oh,
And it's still
that's
edible?
interesting.
It is still edible. It is not pink facilium or whatever it's meant to be called. Which pink facilium is a type of pretty much it's botulism, but it's not. It's a similar type of botulism, but it's found in open grains rather than in canned goods,
Okay.
and it's a
Okay.
neurotoxin.
So
Oh.
what we're figuring out here is Shaggy like corn. Shaggy like corn. Shaggy
I like
work.
grain.
Shaggy work.
Yeah,
corn.
grain.
I like grain. I like grain. I used to work for these people, and
I mean, grain can make some kinds of alcohol. So, I mean,
Hey, I'm down.
and Foss. I used to work for Foss. I don't know if that shows up.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
sure.
That was during my like academic phase where I was like, I want to be smart.
Now I'm like, I want to be flying. Flying.
Now I'm
yes.
like, I don't know what to do.
Funnily, that feeds us right into the next topic, which is, what are your goals and dreams? I'm interested to know, like, short term and long term. What's things that you want, things that you kind of are working towards or want to work towards even? What's like something like ideal goals and dreams you're kind of going for? Realistic but ideal. Luna?
To be happy.
Shut up, you whore.
I'm gonna fucking hit you with some dark shit, man.
like, this is where I get put on the spot because, like, the way I'm currently living, like, it's hard for me to think of future goals and future, like, plans and hopes and dreams and whatnot because my work, like, outside of streaming is taking care of my mom. And I don't know how long that's gonna be. Basically, I'm her caregiver till she passes away.
Mhm.
So I don't know how long she'll be around for, how long she's gonna live for. I know that sounds even dark. So like right now I'm more like living day to day in moment, just caring for her and doing what I can on the side. And then afterwards I'll be allowed to
Like
think of
about
dreams or
yourself
things.
as a separate
Exactly.
thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
But like, is it? I mean, it's hard to say, but is there like a time scale on that? Like, are you technically, is the next 20 years of your life hostage, or like is
In
it
a
just?
sense, yeah.
It could, yeah.
My therapist even told me you need to get out. You can't live like that. I'm just like, this is just how I am though.
See, I would say the same. Like, I think I think like me and Annie were talking about this as well. Like, if one of us at any point became to a point where like it's very difficult.
Pull the plug.
No. I'm just talking like if you've got like dementia or like something where you like you struggle to like to like live a normal life becomes very difficult. Like there are literally care facilities that can do that kind of thing, and we've pretty much said that like if one of us gets to that, just put you like go and like you just go live your life, do what you want to do,
and just smother.
No, just put me in a care home, you know, or put her in a care home, or like, you know, just like
those are expensive though.
Get a professional, because at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, you can only do so much as yourself. Like like
the thing is, that's my actual job though. I get paid by the government to do it.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's also very constraining, and it has a much deeper effect. Like you caring for your mother has a much deeper effect than you working for a care company and caring for other people. Like it has a vastly different thing. Like just for example, that you could like, I don't know if there are people who can do it if you're not there. So do you ever get a day off? Do you get to go on a holiday? Do you get to leave? Like these kind of things. So obviously, if it's just you, there's none of us. So like, but whereas if you have a job, you're a part of a group and you get days off, and you can go away and take time. You could go and work in a different country, a different state, a different thing. So like, I would concur with your therapist. I'm not a trained therapist, but I am a therapist at heart. Okay, so
fair enough. I know. Come October, I'm just like, Mom, you're gonna have to, you know, have Dad help you, because in October I'm going to London. I'm going to see my partner.
Yeah, I just think. Yeah, it's difficult because I'm not in that situation personally. So, but like, if my mum was like, "I need you to come care for me," I'd be like, "No, there's professionals."
Not gonna lie, it'd be the same.
There's professionals.
I have my own reasons.
She took care of her mom when she was dying.
Yeah, but that you don't like you. That's not you. You're not part. What are you reinforcing this cyclical cycle? Like you've got to think, right? If you had a child and you
what are we reinforcing here now?
Would you want
your
child
here now?
to forego their entire life
cyclical cycles
for X amount of time to care for you? Would you want that? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't put that on your child, would you? Would you?
It would be up to the child. No, it would be up to my kid.
No, because
I
disagree that it's up to your child, because you're a victim of your circumstance, and your mentality and who you are shouldn't have this effect on your life if you don't want it to be. If it's not making you feel happy and fulfilled, and if you feel like you can't live to the fullest, because like I said, we're just like a little tiny speck flying for a brief second in life, and you're gonna literally give up 20 years of your life, you know. And there are people who can do this as a job, and just like if you did it for somebody else, it would be a part of your job, and they would get days off, and they can do that. And you know, so I just think obviously all situations are unique, but I think that life is far too short to like be tied to a family member or a loved one for like a long period of time.
Casually disowning my sister earlier today.
And your cousin too, that you like threw under the bus.
I genuinely don't even know. That was the thing about it, was that I had no idea. Dazrin, I'm very well aware of that I'm smart, but I prefer to be dumb.
I prefer to be dumb.
I don't
I
mind.
wish
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
smarter than I am.
I think dumbing yourself down is definitely a skill. Like
Yeah.
to like visually and like to the greater population.
I visually go back to monkey.
Monk. I honestly wish I was
There's
smarter
even
than I
a
was.
good movement as well.
Yeah, it
for
is
monk.
very good move. Yeah, it's a good movement.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah.
So, but Luna,
Mm.
all said and done,
Mm-hmm.
if you were in a different scenario and you had a brief moment in your life now to think about your dreams and desires and goals, what would they be?
Mhm. I would like to shoot for partnership, honestly. It sounds so wild and out of reach for me, but that's something I wouldn't mind trying to do.
Mm-hmm. So it would be like Twitch oriented.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Twitch is
How do
great
I
thing.
pronounce?
It's-
How do I pronounce Dazrin?
It's just Daz. You call him Daz. Big Daddy Daz.
Jazzy boy.
Fucking Dazza.
Dazza.
It's the most Australian thing. Dazza!
That's so true, Talia. If you act dumber, people just don't expect as much from you. Like, and I'm all about that. I'm all like, don't expect anything from me. I'm
Yeah,
like, you
The
know, people.
problem was when I acted smart, I was also like incredibly like neurotic and very focused and driven,
Mhm.
and a pain in the ass to fucking be with in any way, shape, or form.
So
Get this girl
Like a
some
spider in
milk! God damn,
looks
she
like a
needs
spider.
some milk!
hey, wait, how you doing?
There's a
so-
spider in my room.
Probably.
Where?
It's in,
I was
in
like, which
Australia.
this isn't the first time it's happened. I've had massive huntsmans like walking around on these
Oh,
cardboard panels behind me.
no thanks.
I'm
Does
so
somebody clip it?
arachnophobic. I gotta go. Jesus. Ugh.
I know. I couldn't handle a giant spider right now.
Honestly, that wasn't the worst thing that's happened on stream. Who remembers the big Australian bushfires?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
I streamed those, and I was in a different room. I'd open the window, and you could see the smoke bellow into the room.
That's
Oh my
scary.
And it was one of the things where it's just like, I'm in danger.
I'm in
And
danger.
You should have
I'm in danger.
evacuated.
I didn't evacuate, but I was in like can't remember what it was. I think it was like if shit hits the fan, you pretty much have an hour to get up and leave everything behind. Was
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of what I was told.
Yep, yep.
And it was just one of the things where it's just like, oh man, it's really fucking hot in this room. I'll just open the window, and it's like, now
No,
the room's full
I
of smoke.
won't.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you do
I was gonna
you.
say like I are GTA RP'd on Oceania RP server, and it's all Australian. So like we would be like in an RP scenario. Like I was always a police officer, and I was arresting a gentleman. He's all like, yeah, I would love to continue this, but the fire's at my door. I have to go. I'm just like, oh god, yeah, you do you, boo.
Yeah.
Like it was all during all that. I'm like, Jesus.
I know. So Daz is actually
Yeah.
Australian as well, in case you didn't.
Yeah.
I
So
figured that.
I'm South Australian living in Victoria,
Okay.
man. So
Okay,
that's
Mhm.
Australians will know what that means,
Yeah.
and will realize that yeah, I am a piece of shit.
Ah, okay. Is that what that means? Nice. Now I know.
Yes.
Well, at least you didn't say
So I
you're
said, well, when I
Tasmanian,
do the
then,
monkey,
you know.
when I do the monk.
At least you're not
Ah.
Tazzy. People get
Yeah.
upset when you're Tazzy too.
All right, and last but not least, Shaggy.
Yes.
Goals and dreams, okay? And don't just say be happy, because obviously that's everyone's. Everyone wants to be happy, but what will make you happy?
Okay,
You've
well
gotta
then I would
actually
like
think.
to be. I would like to have this be a hobby that generates enough of a passive income that I don't need to rely on something like subs and
Mhm.
partners or sponsorships. Just simply live on the passive income from AdSense alone, and just do what I want and record it.
Okay. I always think that like YouTube is a much better platform for that kind of thing.
I like being live.
Yeah,
though.
same. I hate YouTube. Like I've tried making content specifically for YouTube, and it just does not. Like it feels alien. It feels very wrong.
Daz
Like-
lives in dirt.
It lives in dirt.
In dirt.
There we go. So yeah, it just feels it feels so different, and like I look back at some of the YouTube videos that I made specifically for YouTube, and I'm like, why am I speaking like that? Why? I'm like, why is my voice? Why do I sound like that? Whereas I watch back clips and I'm like, oh, that's just me streaming, you know. So it's so difficult to like to not separate it and to like have the mentality of a streamer while doing a pre-recorded video.
So what I find, I was gonna say, just talking about voices now. What I found really interesting was it was something about Gilbert Godfrey was the one who mentioned this. It was about using your best voice when streaming, when talking,
Performing and stuff. Oh, okay.
and perform. Yeah, because Gilbert Godfrey has a very grating voice. You have to admit that.
Yeah.
Who's that?
He played Iago in yeah. Aladdin. He also used to be the Aflac duck until he got fired from that job for saying some racist comments.
Not gonna lie, I genuinely don't care when actors get cancelled about random ass comments. Because remember when RuPaul was transphobic? That was fucking wild to me. It was like, wow, didn't expect that to come out of you.
I'm definitely not a fan of cancel culture in general. I think like
I'm not either. I think people don't quite understand that the celebrities are not these virtuous beings of all good.
Right, they're human too. That's the big thing.
Especially cancel culture where it's like I'm backdating your entire catalog to find something to cancel you over. I'm like, what? I'm like,
okay, so
me?
low-key I am kind of like pro backdating people's entire catalogs because there's a Bruce Campbell movie that I can't fucking find.
Please, where is it?
Okay.
I want to cancel him.
Huh? I just want him cancelled because it was like it's mildly sexist. It's mildly like everything offensive, like those early 2000 movies that were kind of really budget and they just wanted to become cult classics off of offending people.
Was that the mindset at the time though, or was it just like the result?
I think it was just a trend.
I think it might have just been like the culture of that
trend.
time, as opposed to like I want to be edgy, and offend people. Oh, imagine. Anyways,
90s,
I'm gonna quickly,
90s 2000s Nickelodeon, man.
I'm gonna end Natter of the North official. We can carry on chatting in the back rooms, the back office. We're gonna change, the.
Speaking of the backrooms, I might be playing another backrooms game sometime soon.
Backrooms is very interesting.
Ooh, little self promo there. Sorry, George is gonna end stream now.
Honestly,
kick me from the Discord banned. How dare he?
The back room of the North. We're switching it over. Thank you guys for watching. This is LunnaB here. This is The Game Hates You. Please go and follow them on Twitch, on whatever they want you to follow them on, and if you like their stuff,
make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe.
Like, favorite, and subscribe. Guys, thank you so much. Love you all. And I will see you all next week for Natter of the North with 2 other people, probably.
What do I do? I'll be down to do whatever. I just gotta tell me what to do.
It could be Countdown. It could be Wheel of Fortune. It could be The Chase. It could be
Shaggy's like, "What's the prize, Mitch? What's the prize?
What's the prize?
10
man,
catch
money. I don't have a job at the moment, man. I need the money.
You have bragging rights.
Mate, do you think I'm fucking Ludwig, mate?
Yes.
He's the new
I think you're gonna. I was gonna say, listen here, home brand Mr. Beast.
Dude,